Hello and welcome to part 1 of a new Let's Play. My name is Nick, I'm running Tequila. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't know for sure. This is the first time I'm doing this Xbox stream and I must say, it is a massive pain in my asshole. It is pain in my asshole. It really is. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I am going to be checking the chat, but I've got a funky new way of doing it. If this doesn't work and it's a catastrophe, I'm going to have to buy myself another monitor. It's the only way around it. But I'm broke, so hopefully this works. I'm going to be kind of looking at my phone and I'm going to be making my font massive on my PC because I've got crap eyesight, right? So I'm going to hope I can read the chat as I go. I'm going to have to pause the game because in this game you take that off the ball for 1 second in this game and you're dead. It's not like XCOM. So what are we playing, guys? Well, you've heard me mention this before. This is State of Decay 2. It is on PC. There's mods on PC. My PC's too crap to run it, to be honest. At least at a decent frame rate. So Xbox it is. So what are we going to be playing? Well, I could have started on the easiest mode just to kind of show people the ropes, but that would probably be no fun for me or for you, because the last thing you probably want to see is me standing there mowing down hundreds of zombies at a time and not caring and not being in trouble in the slightest, which is what I would do on the easier modes. We're going to be playing on the most difficult mode the game has to offer. Lethal mode. So there's 5 difficulties and lethal mode is the hardest, so everything is as hard as it can be unmodded, right? So there are PC mods that go even further, a little bit like XCOM. So what is this game? State of Decay 2. It is a zombie game, but before people hold on, before people turn the channel, it is a apocalypse zombie survival management community game. Now that's a lot to take in. You don't play as one character, you play as a bunch of characters, and the game audio is too loud by 30%. Okay guys, give me a sec. I wasn't even sure if you could hear the game audio because I've got the game audio on mute. That's weird, isn't it? Okay, let's see what we can do then. Yep, I have the game audio on mute. Bear with me. 30% you say, Pete? Okay, let's have a look. Good thing I do this now, because once I sit my fat ass on the sofa, I'm not going to be at my PC. So I ended up buying a longer mic boom so it can reach my sofa, right? So I will be playing on my sofa, talking to you via the long mic boom, so I won't actually be at my PC, but my PC is near enough to me so where I can kind of keep an eye on it, even though I've got crap eyesight. So I'm going to increase the font so I can read it. So it's best I do this now because I don't want to have to keep on getting up, which under my current setup I would have to. I am reducing the audio by 30%. Okay, I've reduced it a little bit. You guys let me know if you think it's still too loud. Right now just the menu screen, you're only seeing the menu screen, that is the music. So you let me know if that's too loud or not. I'll go back to chatting to you guys before we start, and you can keep me updated on the sound. When music gets loud, it gets really loud. Okay. I have reduced it. Is that any different, Pete? If you could let me know. So yeah, what was I saying? It's a zombie survival game. It's not like Dying Light or Dead Island. It's not like that. There is fighting in it. And on the easier modes, you can kind of be aggressive and play your way through a little bit. On the harder modes, it's more of a stealth game, and you got to pick and choose your battles. Big up Kuva. Love the name change, mate. Yep, European League champions. Nice one. Sounds good so far. Okay. Hopefully the music's not as bad. Loud, bad. So it's a survival game, really, and the harder difficulty is much more about stealth. It's about using your brain. Your brain and your knowledge is your best weapon. Is it like XCOM? Of course it's not, but there's similar elements. There's permadeath, there's randomized characters, there's permadeath. I can't name the characters, unfortunately. I wish I could, because I'd name them all after you guys. I'm sure there'll be characters that you can all like, and we can change what the characters look like a little bit, but it's not like XCOM. There is like a little bit of an editor You can find clothes for your survivors to wear and stuff like that, but don't expect, there's not loads and loads of clothes. You can give them like a cowboy hat, make them like the guy from Walking Dead, and Carl, if you want to have Carl. If Carl Simpson's in the chat, I'd make a character called Carl. So yeah, we can't name them, but they are random characters, and they will die, and on this mode, they will die really easily. And what you will probably see is going to happen, because I haven't played this game in probably about 18 months, so I'm very out of practice. So we are going to have deaths. You're going to see stuff go from 0 to 100 in about 10 seconds, because that's what happens. All it takes is one zombie to notify his friends and watch a horde of them appear on you. And this isn't no power fantasy game where you can stand there and fight them off. You can't. It's about running. It's about hiding. It's about stealth. You do have to get aggressive now and again. It's about picking your moments. It's about strategizing. It's about looting. It's about resource management. A lot of tactics involved in this game, even though it's not a tactical game. So I am rabbiting on about it. I'm assuming the sound is okay. I haven't heard anything back. Pete, if you could let me know, my friend, if the sound is better. I have reduced it. Seems good for now, dude. Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye on it. Like I say, this is the first one, so it's going to be a bit rough around the edges until I know exactly what settings. It's the first time I'm using this capture card from Alan. Hopefully it works. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to move to the game. You will hear a little bit of noise because that's me moving my mic boom, because I'm still on my computer at the minute. And I will be there in about 10 seconds. Let me first change over the screen so I can see everybody's chat. So I can read it. Hopefully I can. Big up to Com in the chat. Yeah, he's saying it's too loud as well. Hopefully it's better now. Like I say, just let me know. Worst comes to the worst, I'll just have to pause the game and do it until I can get the sweet amounts on this, because I know the volume. I'm crap at audio, guys. I hate audio so much in every way. So it was never going to be smooth on my first one. So an undead sectopod. There's no robots in the game. What's the closest thing to a sectopod? There is an enemy called the Juggernaut. He's a big bastard. He's very dangerous, but he's slow. Okay, Pete, no worries. As long as the sound's okay, bruv. Just if you could pop back in maybe like every half an hour just to have a look for me, I'd be grateful. I know you're busy. Okay. Right. Okay, so the PC is set up. The stream seems healthy. My volume, I think, is okay. It might not be okay after I move, because I have to move the mic. So apologies for the noise. I'll be as gentle as I can, which isn't gentle at all. Okay. Right, you might have heard a little bit of noise there with me touching the mic. Like I say, this thing's not that well made actually. The boom mic I bought is really on the cheap side. Looks and sounds good. Thanks, Alan. I could just about read that. God, I need better glasses, I think. I'm going to have to go back to Specsavers to get better glasses, I think. Because I can only just about read that. Okay. Right. Bear with me, guys. I'm just setting this up. Because what I'm trying to do is have my phone to read the chat in case I can't see. There we are. Yeah. Mental note, must get better glasses. Right, so my audio is not coming from the TV because I'm scared there might be some kind of echo, so I am listening via headphones. On with the headphones. Is the mic okay? Let me know if I'm too loud. I have changed its position. I can move it up a bit. Oh, this thing isn't well made, this boom mic. It didn't cost me much, but it is a bit flimsy. As long as it can carry the weight. Right, so yes, State of Decay is a apocalyptic game. It is a park management, survival, horror, all those things. Right, so this is from my Xbox. So hopefully it comes through okay. Probably won't be as good quality as the PC. Right. So, well, okay, I should have actually done this before, my bad. I actually need to make space for our new community. Need to delete one of these. Let's delete this. This is my testing one, this one. Unfortunately, I can't choose the names. Okay, Pete, thank you. I can't choose the names of our group of little ragtag characters. Okay, so this is the first playthrough I'm going to do. I might do more, it depends on what the feedback's like. I think it's a good game to stream because it can just go so tits up so fast, but I don't know. It's a test, isn't it? It's trying everything. Right. I'm not going to put the tutorial on because this is not a story-based game. You make your own stories like XCOM. What happens is your own stories. I will try to explain stuff as I go, but I've got to be careful because, like I say, one wrong move and my character will die. And it really is as knife edge as that. We're going to skip the tutorial. Okay, so here's the options. Choose your difficulty. Right, so there's 5. If you are new to this game, you can probably start on standard. If you want to blow through it, you can start on easy. Now there's difficulties. They mod everything, right? So they change everything. What I can do is I can go to the custom settings very quickly. Even though I don't generally play in custom, I just whack it right up to lethal. But I can show you what the difficulty changes, just so we understand what happens. Right, so there's 3 different things. There's action difficulty here, and on the right side you'll see 2 kind of things: zombies, infestations, and combat. So the zombies, as it sounds, is how hard the general zombies are. Infestations are kind of like, as they sound, they're zombie infestations. Zombies can take over buildings and stuff like that. So that says how hard they are. And then combat is all about combat noise and how dangerous humans are, because there are other humans in this game. Most of them are douches. You can be friendly with some, but some of them will just shoot you on sight. They are very dangerous, sometimes more dangerous than the zombies. You don't really want to screw with them unless you've got no choice. Especially on this difficulty, you really don't want to screw with them. It's one of the things I actually don't like about the game. I actually think the humans are too hard. On the high difficulty, it's just like they literally become superhumans. They're more dangerous than any one zombie. But at some point, we will have to fight some, because you have to complete the game. Right, community difficulty. As it sounds, on the right you've got survivor management and you've got base management. So this generally just goes how much stuff costs to build in your base, how much food your survivors eat, how much morale they've got, because morale can be a thing. If people get unhappy, they can quit and leave your community. So there's a whole bunch of management stuff you've got to do. And on the harder difficulties, it's very difficult to keep people happy. Most often than not, all your guys are going to be unhappy, and then they're going to bitch and moan to you, and you're going to have to go out of your way to look after them as you would a bunch of children, because they are mostly children. And third is map difficulty. As it says on the right, there's 3 different parts. This covers resources. That's how many resources are on the map, and how each rucksack of resource holds between 3 and 6 units of that resource. So the higher you go up in difficulty, the more harsh it is. There's less resources all around, and the resources you do find are of lesser quality and fewer. Gear and vehicles, because it's on standard, weapons are plentiful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this to lethal just to show you the difference. Right, so resources, only minimal resources can be found. Gear and vehicles. Morale, make sure you book them properly. Yeah, Alan, it's Alan's online. I think you've just seen that. Big up to Alan coming online on the stream. Big up, Alan. Most houses on the map have nothing to scavenge. So as I said, resources are more scarce. And yeah, there are vehicles in this game, but they're very rare. Crossbows, which are the best stealth weapons in the game, are hard to find. Blood Plague, which is a kind of like, that's the zombie outbreak basically. And the zombie outbreak has a bunch of things called plague hearts, which are more or less your big enemies. They are just they're just hearts. They're just these mass things that you've got to go and destroy to win the game. And the harder the difficulty, the more of them there are, and the harder there are to destroy. You win the game basically by destroying all the plague hearts on the map, and then you've got to do like a final mission based upon what legacy you want to leave. Legacy, there's 4 different types. There's traders, there's warlords, there's builders, and there's a sheriff one as well, so you can be Rick Grimes if you want to be. And they decide kind of the kind of moral code that your community has. And to win the game, you've normally got to do a final mission. Although sometimes, if you a lot of people who can't be bothered to do that, they just will clear the plague hearts out and say that they've won the game. We'll see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all these onto lethal. So you can see everything, crafting and repairing items, costs so much parts. Everything's as difficult as it can be. Facility and outposts, you can build outposts, which are what they sound, the little outposts where you can collect resources. They cost a lot more. They're difficult. Vehicles use a lot more fuel because you have to scavenge. See what I mean? It's a total survival game. This, you've got to scavenge for everything: food, meds, fuel, materials to build, and ammo as well. You can run out of ammo as well. Ammo is very rare in this game. If you like that kind of stuff, like I say, it's really got that survival element. You won't find loads of ammo. In the easier modes, yeah, there's a lot more of it. You can be a bit more gun-ho. You can run in there with machine guns and stuff. On this difficulty, we will rarely use guns unless absolutely necessary, because guns make a lot of noise. They will attract loads of zombies and you will die. The last thing you want to do is attract zombies. You want to be as quiet as possible on the harder difficulties. This game really is 2 different games. I'd say on the first 2 or 3 difficulties, it very much, you can see it as more of an action game. Once you get to Nightmare and Lethal, the 2 hardest modes, it becomes a stealth game. It becomes a game of tactics. It becomes a completely different game in my opinion. So much so that I can't really go back to the first 3 modes. I can't play that way. I'm too ingrained with this being much more of a harder survival game that I couldn't go back. It would be no fun for me. But if you're just starting out, don't start on Nightmare or Lethal. You won't. You won't enjoy yourself. It will be frustrating for you. Right, I am talking a lot, but I just want to kind of set the tone here. Right, so there you go. So we're going to put it on as hard as we can. So let's just set this. I am going to choose which map. Sometimes I play on random, but there's some maps I've done so much of that I'm a little bored of them, even though I haven't played in a while. So I'm going to choose a map I haven't done in ages. There's 5 different maps. You can choose random, but I don't want to play Trumhill Valley. This one here. This one is I've played that the most, and I don't want to play that again really. I'm happy to play any of the other 4. If anyone's got any preference, most of you, I don't know, unless you've played, if you've played this game before, then maybe you do know the maps. If you haven't played this game before, then of course you've got no preference. Are some maps easier than others? Yes. 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 Yes is the answer. So it's going to be one of these 4. We've got Providence Ridge, which is very much a lumber mill. It's very much there's a lot more trees and a lot more forest area. Cascade Hills is as it sounds. There's a lot of hills and stuff like that. Mega Valley is as it sounds. It's a valley. And Drucker County, which is probably there's a lot more grassland and stuff. I would say Drucker County might be the easiest one, because the terrain in this map, Drucker County, make sure I'm getting the right ones here. Is it Mega Valley? I could be getting them mixed up. Maybe. Okay, no, Mega Valley. Yeah, see, oh, there you go. That's my memory for you. Mega Valley is the easy one. Sorry, that's the one where most of the terrain is flat, so it's much easier to navigate this map. It's definitely the easiest one. So because of that, let's not play on the easiest one. Let's play one of the middle ones. Cascade Hills, Drucker County. Any preferences in the chat, I'll give you guys a sec. Like I say, you probably haven't, unless you've played this game before and you know the maps, then you might have a preference. So I'll see if anyone says anything in the chat. I'll give it a minute. What else can I say about the game before we get into it? I'll try to explain stuff as I go. to my best. I might have to pause it now and again to explain stuff because, like I say, I really do have to focus on this game. It's not like XCOM where it's turn-based and you can take your time. It's like, no, this is all real time. You can't even, in this game, for example, I'll give you an example. In this game, you can't even bring up the map without to pause the game. You can pause the game, but when you bring up the map, unlike in a lot of other games, it won't pause. Who wants it on random? Okay, I'll put it on random, but I'm going to say this, that if it gives me Trumhill Valley, I will reload. Because that's the only map I don't want to do. That's the only one I don't want to do. Okay. I mean, that's only a 1 in 5 chance, so there's an 80% chance we'll get one of the other ones. Okay, we'll do random then. Right, random. Okay, so this part is boons that you get from... This is not really a roguelike game, but there's a small roguelike element to it. So if you finish the game on each different... remember I was telling you about there being 4 different ideologies or whatever you want to call it, right? So you can see Builder, Trader, Sheriff, Warlord. If you've completed the hardest difficulty in each one, you get a little boon for your next playthrough. These all make the game easier. I'm going to choose only one. I can choose 2. I'm only going to choose 1 because I find the hassle a bit annoying. If this playthrough goes well and people enjoy it, I could go completely full out and make it as literally as hard as it could ever be and choose none of these. For this playthrough, and because I generally find this annoying, I'm going to probably pick the amenities, but that's the only one. I could pick 2, I'm only going to pick 1. Why am I picking the amenities? Well, if I don't pick this, you have to worry about getting power and water. Now, the power stuff I kind of understand. The water stuff's a little bit weird. Like, you should be able to kind of have water. I mean, it does rain and you should be able to, like, collect water. So I don't know why you have to build buildings kind of for that. It's a bit weird. I don't want to put this on unless you guys really want me to just not pick any of them. It will make the game even harder. Because that means you can't have as many buildings. Because you have to like spend time putting up power generators and stuff like that. As soon as I got this boon, I've always played with this boon on. These 3, I rarely ever play with any of these 3. Because I think these make the game way too easy. Way too easy, some of these. You get given a whole bunch of weapons if you choose this one. Which takes the whole, like, having to scavenge for weapons and stuff. No, they just give you a bunch of weapons at the start. It's like, no, don't want it. This one, you get a whole bunch of high quality loot at the start. And then you get, once a day, you get like a random package. Don't know where the package comes from, just from the universe, I suppose. And it with gear every day. Again, it just makes it, destroys the immersion a little bit for me. And this one is... You get a friendly trader come round and so you can trade with him right away and you get a whole bunch of influence points, which is basically the currency in this game. And it's like, well, where did that come from? I shouldn't have these. So the only one of these 4 I generally will ever use is amenities. That's kind of like my middle ground. It's like, okay, so yeah, I've got these. I'll put this on so I haven't got to worry about the whole power and water stuff because I do find it a bit of a drag. If there is a second playthrough, if this goes well and you guys enjoy it, if I play again and we want to make it literally just that like little bit harder, it wouldn't, I'm not saying that I can't, I have done it without amenities, otherwise I wouldn't have had this boon, so I have completed it without, but it's just annoying. It's an annoyance more than anything else. So like I say, I can pick 2, but I never pick the whole 2 because I think that's too much. I just pick the 1. So I'm going to pick amenities. And that's it. Right, so the survivors. So you start with 3 characters. You can recruit more as the game goes. And in fact, you can't actually complete the game unless you've got 4 survivors at a certain point. So the game requires you to win. You have to have at least 4 survivors at some point. I'll explain more as we go along. So what we're going to do about this is going to be completely random. The only thing I'll say is, to make it even harder, like I say, I've picked the amenities. It's the only boon I'm going to give myself because of the annoyance factor. When it comes to these characters, I'm going to pick the first one I see, and I will accept them unless they've got a 5th skill at the bottom. Because generally the 5th skill makes them more powerful, and I don't want that. I want them to be as bad as possible at the start. So I will completely randomise it, but if it comes up with somebody who's got a 5th skill at the bottom, I'll show you in a sec. Then I will choose someone else. Right, so let's go for the first one. And it's just going to be random. Press the R trigger. Right, Tristan is a character we've been given. And you see the skill at the bottom? That's the 5th skill I was talking about. Top skill was cardio. Everyone's got cardio. Second skill is wit, so that's how smart they are. That affects stealth. Third skill was fighting. That is what you think. 4th skill was shooting. Again, speaks for itself. The 5th skill is you can decide what skills they get unless they come with them. You can give them textbooks so they can learn new skills, and most of those skills affect you when it comes to the base. What your base can do, what you can make. It gives you discounts on things to make in the base. I always prefer, and I think it makes more sense, and it's more of a challenge I think, to just always choose them to be blank. So nobody will have any skills until I find the textbooks in the world to give them that skills. I might not find textbooks, they're not guaranteed. So it makes it harder. Rather than me, see, this character's got 3 stars in computing. That's a very good skill. You need computers. That will help improve your base a lot. So he's actually quite a good character because he's got 3 stars in computers. But I'm not going to pick him because the rule was I don't pick anyone who's got a 5th skill. So let's see who the game gives us next. Okay, so there you go. Nisa. She is a trader. If you can see at the top, it says trader. Remember, that's one of the 4 kind of ideologies I was telling you about. So she's a trader. So her ideology is like she wants to trade and try to survive the zombie by working with people, and it's all about trade for her, right? Trading resources and stuff like that. That's what she wants to do. She's got 6 stars in cardio out of 7. These skills, there's 2 tiers to it. The first tier, as you can see, and then they can specialise once they get to the full stars into another skill. So she's really good at cardio. So that means she's very fit. She's going to have a lot of health to start with, which is good. She's got no wits. So basically she's a dumbass, right? She's currently got no wits. She's got 1 star in fighting, and she's got no stars in shooting. So basically she's com. Sorry, com. I mean, I had to kind of throw it in somewhere. She can't shoot. She got no brains. I never said you didn't have any brains, com. Just that you can't shoot. So that's the one you want, is it, Kuva? Well, we are going to take her because she hasn't got a 5th skill. So there you are. She's got no brains. She can't really fight. She can't shoot. But she's really good at running. She's a very fit character. So she does have stuff going for her. I can get more details. Let's get more details. Right, so don't worry about the starting equipment. That stuff really doesn't matter. That's just what she starts with, her inventory, right? That's mostly always the same. Under traits, if you can read it, I don't know if the font's too small, but if you can read it on the left, she's got 2 traits, and these can be negative or positive boons to the character. They can give her plus or minuses, depending. They can give access to new skills and stuff like that. These can't be edited. They are what they are. That is who she is. That makes her her. Right, and it's all random. So she does heavy lifting. Affects her skills. That's why she's got extra cardio, because one of her traits are she does heavy lifting. So she's physically a very fit character. The other thing is she's short as a kid. Now, what does that mean? Some of them don't mean anything. Some of them don't give bonuses or don't give negatives. That's just a trait of hers. Basically, she's short. That's one of her traits. She's short. She's strong, but she's short. That's one of her traits. That's our first character, Nisa. I'm happy to see the cardio. I'm not happy to see the wits, because wits are very important, especially for stealth, which we need in this game. So she's going to take a long time to level up her wits. But she's going to be able to run a lot. So that's the first character. Right. Who's next? Well, we'll randomize it and see what the game gives us. Again, if it gives us a character with 5 skills, I will move on to the next character. It hasn't. Right. This is the gentleman. His nickname is Speedy. He's got 3 traits. We'll get to them in a sec. He is a sheriff. So basically he's Rick Grimes, guys. He's Rick Grimes from Walking Dead. He's a sheriff. What does a sheriff mean? Well, that ideology is probably the most good guy ideology, right? He wants to protect people. He wants everyone to work together. He wants to protect people, you know, and stuff like that, right? That's his ideology. That's kind of the good guy ideology, basically. Of the 4, it's like the most good guy. Cardio 1 star. Right, so this character is crap at fitness, right? Wits 4 stars. That's not bad. That means he's quite smart. Fighting 4 stars. Okay, so he can fight a little bit. That's not bad. Shooting 1 star. So he's very much a different character from the other one. She's got loads of fitness, but she can't do anything else. Whereas he has got no fitness, but has got decent all-round wits and fighting. So it's good to have a little contrast there. Let's have a look at his traits. Right. Tour guide. He knew his way around the historic district downtown, and now that place is thoroughly infested. Affects skills. I'm not sure exactly what skill that affects, but one of his skills that's given him a bonus. Played tetherball. I have no idea what tetherball is. My family had a tetherball until I finally hit it into the neighbour's swimming pool. Apparently that's affected his skills. Maybe that's affected his fighting. But as you can see, he's got a negative skill, and this sucks. This sucks. Has a lead foot. I've always dreamed about a world without speed limits. Right, so what does this mean? This means this guy just likes going at full speed all the time. Obvious setup, innit? She literally carries me around on her back. Yeah. Yeah, so this guy has got 35% minus 35%. What does this mean? It means that basically... So we are, mate. It means that basically whenever this guy drives, he's going to use more fuel. That sucks, because fuel is scarce. So whenever this guy is driving around, we're going to burn through fuel 35% faster. That's not good. So I'd say he's probably a worse character than her. If he didn't have that trait, I'd say he might have been a better character than her, the first girl. But because of that trait, he's a worse character. I hate that trait. We're going to keep it because this is what we rolled. We'll play it where it lays. And the last character. Is it going to be another dude or is it going to be a lady? Let's have a look. Is it going to be a sheriff or a trader? If we get 2 of the same, that'll probably determine what route we go down. Right now, we could go down either the sheriff or the trader route, because these are the first 2 characters. Let's see what the 3rd character is and the final one. Okay, we're not going to accept that character because they've got a 5th skill, like I say, so we'll move on to the next. Okay, this is our 3rd character, Nadia. She is a sheriff. Right then. That probably means we're going to have to end up being a sheriff, probably. We don't have to. We can still be a trader. Because anyone, I can choose which one of these characters ends up being the leader. But we've got 2 sheriffs, so these 2 are going to get on probably quite well. What are her traits? Well, she's got absolutely no fitness. 0. She's got 5-star wits, which is very nice. She could end up being our best stealth character with that. She's got 1 star for fighting and 4 star for shooting, so she's a very good shot. That won't help us at the start because we don't have any guns, but eventually that will help us. Let's have a look at her traits. Bronto gas cashier. Okay, she spent a lot of her time just standing there, staring at cars that she'll never own. That's probably affected maybe her wits, I don't know. She's optimistic, so she always looks on the bright side of life. +4 morale. That's not bad. That's a positive trait. That means she'll have slightly more morale than the other 2 characters, so she might not moan quite as much, basically. And she's a Halo champion. Wow, a Halo champion, huh? I know it's not real combat, but you do learn something about tactics and teamwork. So basically, she used to play Halo before the world went tits up. Okay, right. So that's it. We've got the map. We've got the characters. So let's see. I just hope we don't get that Druckle County map. If I end up getting that that map I didn't want, I'm gonna have to do this again because I really don't want to play on that map. Yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have just chosen, shouldn't I? Because that means I'll have to re-roll all these characters, and I've just spent 10 minutes reading out their traits. Okay, right. So these are our 3 guys. Okay. Yes. So the game will now choose the map. Okay, it's not the map that I don't want to play, so I'm fine with this.
And we're empty. Again.
So whose turn is it to find more fuel?
Not me. Last time I almost walked right into a horde.
I have a better idea. We could settle down here instead of moving on.
I admit it looks better than the last couple of towns we came through.
Now that you mention it, it does feel kinda homey.
It's settled. This town is where we'll set up our new base. We just have to find a spot that's defensible. Maybe with some room to expand.
Right, so as I said, don't expect the biggest story in this game. The story is quite basic, it's simple. These 3 were travelling. They've come into this town, their car's out of gas, as you can see. It's in terrible shape anyway, but it actually still runs, but it's got no fuel. If you see at the top left, it says a fuel, and there's no fuel. So we've ended up in this town. So it's like, okay, are we gonna decide to stay here or not? So we have to find a base, basically. First mission is find a base. The top right tells the mission. So we will want to come back for this car at some point, but we won't be able to find fuel. The reason why I'm crouching is because right away, guys, this just show you how hard this game is on this level. Right away, I don't know if you can see it, but there is an enemy right there who is the hardest enemy in the game, and we've just seen him right away. The hardest enemy in this game is called a feral. They are very hard to put down. They will kill you in a couple of hits, and you can't outrun them. And that right there is why they're the hardest enemy. Kind of. You can't outrun them. You can outrun everyone else in this game. You can't outrun the ferals. They will always catch you. You will always have to fight them. So if this feral sees us, we're in trouble. Because even though there's 3 of us, he would do immense damage. We might be able to kill him, but he'll do immense damage to us. And he's right there. He spawned right there. So, easy does it. We've got to find the base. That's the first thing we've got to do, is find somewhere to live. So this game, a lot of this game is about looting and scavenging, right? So these little icons here, this shows that, okay, so in the back of this car, there's something to loot. So we have to search. It takes time to search, as you can see. That bar's filling up. And it makes, everything you do in this game makes noise, right? So
could be worse.
Right, so what have we found? We found some screws. Or parts, as they're called in this game, right? You need parts to make things, but it's not exactly an amazing thing to find right away. That's it. What we're going to do is we're going to have a little look in the car. That feral, the hardest enemy in the game, is right there, right at the start. That's crazy. That's the noise he's just made. Okay, he's so close that I can't go back to my car to get the loot from the car. I actually can't take the risk, so I need to just go in the other direction. Is this multiplayer? Yes, it's terrible, Com. The co-op is so bad. Me and Alan tried it many years ago. The reason why it's so bad is because you're tethered to each other. What does that mean? It means that you can't move away from each other more than like 50 feet. The game doesn't let you. They screwed it up. This would be an amazing multiplayer game, but they screwed it up. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to loot what I can while it's daytime and while there's 3 of us. So us 3 together should be able to handle most things because there's 3 of us. The feral is the exception. Any ferals that we see, we can't engage. This enemy right here, you hear it, see him? He's called a screamer. These are like walking alarm bells. A lot of these enemy types you've seen in other zombie games. Like in Left 4 Dead, I think there was enemies which kind of just literally were walking alarms. So I'm going to kill him, but I'm going to have to sneak around him. And then from behind, I'm going to do... You're going to see me doing this a lot. That's a stealth kill. Right. The last thing we want is for any zombies really to see us. Okay, so this is unfortunate. There's a horde of zombies that are literally walking right towards us. So, again, I don't want to fight this many zombies, even with 3 of us. Because what will happen is... if I fight them, there's a good chance that the noise will attract that feral. And then we're screwed. In this level of the game, you kind of want to avoid combat. You still have to fight. There's no getting around it. But you got to pick and choose who you fight, when you fight them. You got to be mindful of your surroundings.
And the day gets a little better.
We have got extremely lucky here, guys. I have gone ahead and I have found a crossbow in the first place I've looted. Crossbows are really important in this game because they're quiet. So that was a very good find. You're going to see me use it already because there's another screamer there, right? So you're going to see me... So finding this crossbow was a massive, massive, massive positive. You don't normally get that lucky. That was very lucky. That was very, very lucky. Now, granted, I knew that there was a higher chance of finding them here in the camps because, well, they're camps. This is a kind of a hunting ground. And the game's realistic like that. If you go to somewhere where, you know, if you go to a gas station... you're more likely to find fuel. If you go to a fast food joint in the game and you try to scavenge, you're most likely going to find food. If you go to a medical facility in the game to try and scavenge, you're mostly going to find, or you're more likely to find meds. So the game's realistic like that. So, because obviously I have played the game before, I knew that there was camps. So I knew that I had a chance. But it's only a chance of finding a crossbow, but I have found one. Right, you might notice this zombie here is red. These red ones are called plague zombies. If the plague zombies hit you enough times, you will get the thing called the plague. The plague kills you within about 3 minutes of real time. And when I say real time, I mean real time, 3 minutes. If I get infected and I haven't got a cure on me, I'm dead in 3 minutes. On this level, I'm dead in 3 minutes. You get killed more often from getting the plague from these zombies than you do from just being killed normally. Because the only way to cure the plague is with a plague cure. You can make them, they're hard to make, and we certainly haven't got any right now. What I'm doing is I'm just seeing if there's anything else to loot up here while I'm here.
Got a zombie nearby.
We really ought to think hard.
Okay, so she's taking a hit already because that zombie just hit her. Silly girl. Okay, so as you can see, there's some more tents up here, so I'm going to have a little look up here. Okay, they can take care of them. Com says... Yeah. Yeah. All the guns in this game are pretty loud. You can get suppressors for the guns, which lower the damage, but it does less sound. You want to put a suppressor on every gun. The only gun I'd never put a suppressor on would be a shotgun. Because you can't put them on shotguns anyway, that's one thing. And two things, it's like, you know, the shotgun... If I can find a shotgun, the shotgun literally is like, I'm screwed, I need to kill something right now, I've got no choice. You don't want to get in that position, but you will. At some point. So shotguns are good if you can find one. Right now, I'm really happy to have this crossbow. It's only a single shot crossbow. Okay, so we're finding some loot here. Now, I'm out of space, so I can give my loot to this dude right now. So I'm going to give him all this stuff because I don't want to carry it. There you go. So I can carry this. Most of this, a lot of this stuff is used to make things. A lot of this loot you find can be used to trade with others, which gives you influence, which, as I said, is the currency. Oh, hold on. That's silly of me. I've just given away my bullets to him. Let's kill this zombie. Come on, guys. It's only one zombie. Oh god, okay, I've got to do it myself. Okay, so come here, dude.
Find some place to settle down.
I need those crossbow bolts back. Okay. I've got to reload my... As you can see, I've only got 12 shots. Now, you can sometimes get your bolts back with crossbows, but it's not guaranteed, it's sometimes. The 12 shots won't last me long. So you can see the problem. You don't get much ammo in this game. Everything is scarce. Okay, there's another zombie. Yes, there is weight limits in this Cuva. When they get past a certain carry limit, and yes, their carry limit is normally dictated by their cardio because it's physical strength, as you rightly say. I don't have to worry about that yet. Once we start carrying heavy stuff like guns and stuff like that, yes, the characters with the physio will be able to carry more. If you carry too much, you can get over encumbered, which you can like in so many other RPGs. And once you get over encumbered, fighting costs more stamina. If you see at the bottom left, I've got 2 bars. Red is health and blue is stamina. If you run out of stamina, you're in trouble. You gotta be careful. You gotta have stamina management. Everything you do costs stamina. Every attack costs stamina. Right, this is hard for us right now.
Coming in from all sides.
See, I don't really want to be doing this because this makes noise, so we could attract more zombies if we're not careful. And like I said before, on this level, you don't want to be doing that. You want to be trying to do stealth. Also, killing in stealth gives you wits experience. So, yeah, the character who's got the heavy lifting character, yeah, she's the strongest character we've got. She can carry the most stuff. Told you, right at the start it won't matter, but eventually it will. Okay, we're going to start heading back now. I'm bringing the map up to see, but the game isn't paused, guys. This is the thing. The game is not paused while I'm doing this. Okay, there is another campsite here that we can have a look at. Okay.
I can't let that bloater get close.
Right, we've just found another enemy. This is called the bloater. See this fat guy here with the red thing? He can explode in your face and give you the plague, so you always want to shoot these guys from range. You don't want to get near them. So much so I'm just going to shoot him in the arse.
That cloud smells terrible.
Then this little gas thing will stay here. You don't want to walk in that gas. You'll get the plague if you do. These can be very dangerous enemies, especially if they surprise you, because they'll blow up in your face and they will give you the plague. And as I said, the plague is the thing that kills you way quicker than anything else. Unless you've got a cure at hand. And at this point in the game, we ain't got no cures. Cures are always hard to make throughout the whole game, but certainly at the start you won't have any. Right, so we are going to head back, but that feral I told you about is still going to be there. So we're going to have to be very careful. There's also a horde there with 8 zombies. Again, we don't want to fight them right now, so we're going to try to see if I can sneak past them. See them all? Okay.
That horde just saw us.
Okay, who's just guys, who did that? One of you idiots just got their attention. It wasn't me. Oh dear.
Always hit him again.
As you can see, the stuff is getting way out of hand here. Okay, we've got to go. We've got to go. We've got to go. We've got to go. Guys, come follow me. We've got to go, guys.
Feral.
Okay, the ferals appeared. This could be a death already. I don't know where my two guys have gone. I've lost track of them. You guys are idiots. Oh, there's me doing stealth and you two plonkers. What were you doing? Don't know where he's gone. What were you doing, you two idiots? I was in stealth. What were you doing? Why did you get their attention? This is why I travel alone. And as you can see, it's starting to get dark. That's not good news as well. Because at night time, not only are they harder to see, but they're more vicious and there's more of them. The game gets even harder at night. So you need to use the daytime to do as much as you can. Because I'm trying to explain stuff to you, I've kind of been doing it much slower than I normally would. Normally I would have already cleared out the base by now. Because I'm trying to kind of speak and everything and...
I think I found our next outpost.
Deary me. Okay, let's put the light on. We're gonna have to put the light on. Okay, so let's see. We might be able to find fuel in here actually, because it is a tank, so there could be fuel in here. That'd be great if there was.
It's something.
Nope. Right, we are going to make our way to this base. This is a fruit stand. There could be food in here. We might go and check this out since we're walking right past it. We may as well. There's also something in the back of this vehicle. You can see the little loot icons. So more parts, not really great. Now your survivors eat a lot of food. The difficulty you play on determines how much food, and they eat twice a day, right? So normally each survivor on this level, that's very nice, eats 2 lots of food. So that means just to survive, you need 6 food a day. That's a lot. That's for one day. And we're already halfway through the first day, so...
We really ought to think hard about where our next home...
This is the lady, I think, who's the heavy lifting. Let's give her some stuff, shall we? Since she is our pack mule, I suppose.
Wish I had room for that.
Okay, we are nearly out of space. Let's see what else is in here before we leave. Mostly it's going to be stuff like seeds and food, because it's a fruit stand. So, what would you expect to find there? Okay, apparently there's scraps of circuitry in a fruit stand, because... that's where I'd expect to find them. Ah, there you go. So we found the food rucksack. So this is the stuff you find which will feed everyone. Okay, so we have found at least one. If you guys have got any questions in the chat, let me know. I'm trying to explain everything I can, but there is quite a lot to go through. There's a lot of mechanics to this game. It's not a simple game. Right, so as you can see, it's starting to get very dark. Gonna keep my light on. Okay, there is something in the back of this car as well. Can I carry anything else a little bit? I'm hoping there's not too many zombies in the base. There's always zombies in the base. You've got to clear out the base. Just found some cigarettes so I can trade to somebody. Okay, so here's one of these red zombies. These are the plague zombies, the hardest ones. Circuitry in a fruit stand. Must be apple. Nice one, Kuva. Yeah, nice one. Yeah. Okay, I might loot up here again since we're running right past it. I can hear an enemy though. There is a zombie somewhere around here. I just heard him. Sound is very important in this game, both to use for your advantage and also how much sound you make. There you go. I knew I heard somebody. Okay, it's one of these fat guys, the bloaters.
Dead bloater. Give it space.
Yeah. Me doing that, you got to be careful because that also makes noise. There is another enemy that I can hear. Here's one of those screamers I was telling you about. Again, I'm using my crossbow, but again, I am going through the bolts. I can re-get this bolt back there. You can see it. You can see it on the floor there. So. I'm just going to take these out stealthily. One thing I will talk about very quickly. I'll pause it actually. One thing about you can choose to play the game by yourself, or you can have people tag along with you. As you've just seen, having them tag along with you sometimes gets you into a lot of trouble because you're going to be stealthy. You're going to use your head, your noggin, and you're going to be like, okay, so I'm going to stealth past those guys. Now, your comrades who are with you will go into stealth, but they won't take the same route as you. They've got their own pathfinding, and sometimes, as you've just seen, they don't follow what I do, so they can often get you into a hell lot of trouble because if they're seen, then you're in trouble. This isn't like other games where they're invisible to the enemy. They're seen by the enemy just like you are. So you got to take that into account. I mostly play by myself. I mostly travel alone because it becomes very risky. Unless sometimes on missions you've got to go with somebody, and that's different. You've got no choice. But when it comes to playing the game, normally I end up going out alone. Even though you can't carry as much stuff, you know, because you've got to play much more stealthy, and the AI can't fully be trusted to do it. And they would get you into a hell of a lot of trouble if you're not careful. Okay, there we might be able to find some fuel here. Excuse me. Okay, we've got boxes of chemicals, which isn't bad. I prefer fuel, but it's not bad. If we can get some fuel, then I can go and get that car. We can go get our car back. Okay, we haven't.
Wish I had space for that.
Okay, I actually haven't got enough space.
I really hope we find a new home soon.
Okay, so you're out of space. Alright.
We need to find some place to settle down.
Okay, let me take that rucksack off you. We might just have enough room to take.
I really hope we find a new home soon.
Okay, let's give that rucksack
For that.
to you. Okay, you give me that back. I'll give you the rucksack. Inventory management, guys, it is a thing. It's a thing in this game, and it's important. These larger rucksacks are better, for obvious reason. They give you more space to carry stuff. She's got one space left. I've got one space left, so we can carry 2 more things. We might leave that. It's a firework. What do fireworks do? Well, other than to injure kids at Guy Fawkes night, what else do? They can distract zombies. So you can place them, then run away, and then the zombies will head towards it. Hopefully we might get some fuel. Fingers crossed we get some fuel. We have got some fuel. Right, so there's one bit of fuel there. Okay.
I really hope we find a new home soon.
Okay. Right, so we do have the capabilities now to go back and get that car when we want to. And that car's got some resources in the back of in its trunk. Yeah, that's the resource we started the game with. Kiva says same pathing on XCOM impossible mode. You need to move in a single. Well, yeah. Yeah. At least on XCOM you can kind of see where they're going to go. Right. Okay. Right. So we're finally going to head to the base here because I'm way behind quote unquote schedule. Now, what do I mean by schedule? Well, the way the game works is the game gets harder the longer you're in it. So the first day is going to be the easiest day in the game, which is now. Tomorrow will be slightly harder than today. The day after that will be slightly harder, and it ramps up every day. There is a limit to how it ramps up. I would say off the top of my head, normally 2 weeks. Normally, after 2 weeks in the game, so 14 days, it ramps up to its hardest. So that means you'll get the max amount of zombies spawning. Right now, like I say, we're in the first day. I've said that, but even if you remember me saying, the first thing the game did was give us one of those ferals, which is the hardest enemies in the game. So that in this version of the game, in the hardest mode, lethal mode, these guys appear from day one. In the easier modes, you're given a week or more sometimes, maybe even 2 weeks on the easier modes before you see any. As you see, I'm not rushing.
On site now.
You only run when you know it's safe to run. Right, so this door here is locked, right? So I'm not even going to try and knock the door open. I'm going to climb over because that would just make noise if I go through that way. Apparently I can't even... Why can I not open it from this side? Okay, apparently it's locked from both sides. That's weird, isn't it? Whatever. Okay, but right now... Where were you hiding those keys? Hold on, Nisa. This was locked. You just opened it. Where were you hiding those keys? What the hell? Okay. This is our first base. You can upgrade your base later on and move into bigger ones, but this is the first one. And as you can see, there's friends. Go on then, guys, come on. I got to do everything. There you go.
It's a fixer-upper, but I like the bones of this place.
We have to clear out this place. Okay. As you can see in the top left, it says areas explored, so you have to explore the whole building and clear out the zombies.
It ain't fun till some deadheads show up.
Once we've cleared out everywhere, then we can claim the base.
All clear.
Right.
Once we claim this place, we can start getting settled.
Okay, so we're going to claim our first base. Let's do that right away. Claim home site. This tells you the information of the base. Total slots in the base because it's only the small base. Only 10. Built-in facilities. It comes with a kitchen. It comes with a master bedroom. It comes with a double bunk room. So we're going to have like 5 beds even though there's only 3 of us. So we do have some spare beds if you want to recruit someone. Which we will at some point. And because this is the first base, it doesn't cost any influence to claim. Later on, to claim bases and to claim outposts, you have to use influence, which, like I say, is the currency of the game, which you get from missions and killing certain zombies and from trading. Right,
Pipes are working and the breaker box is connected. Enjoy your water and power, everyone.
Right, that's me getting the boon I was telling you about. Now, if I did...
priority has to be gathering materials.
Okay, I'll let them talk.
We'll need them to improve this place.
Yeah.
We need some eyes out there. How about you go take a look?
Don't give me orders. Yeah, so... When she said the stuff about the power, that was that boon kicking in I was telling you about. Now, if I didn't have that boon, we wouldn't have any power, so these lights wouldn't be on, kind of thing. Again... It makes the game a little bit harder, but I find it's more of an annoyance than it is a difficulty spike. It's just more of an annoyance. Like I say, it's the only boon I ever use because the other ones just break the game a little bit. I'm going to deposit this rucksack, which will give us free food.
Supplies for you.
That takes our food up to 9, so that means we've got enough food for a day and a half. It's not long, is it? our food will run out in 36 hours. We've got, if you can see at the top, we've got 2 meds. We've got the next icon next to it is ammo, 0. We've got 3 materials which you need to build stuff, and we've got no fuel. I've got a fuel can, but I haven't got any of the fuel resource, which is different. They've given me a mission to do, which is always the same thing. You always get this mission at the start, and this is to find some materials to find a survey point, which I will do. Another thing in this game, there's fatigue in this game. What do I mean? Your characters get tired, so you've got to swap out. You can't play as the same character. I can't play as this girl much longer. She will get tired in a minute, and will start to lose stamina. And that's why that's why you need to utilize your whole community, because your guys get tired. They get injured and they get tired, and they need time to rest and to heal. What I want to do really is find our 2 teammates and take all their stuff and put it into this stash. This is where you put all your stash. All the loot we've found. So I've got to find these guys. I'm not sure where they've gone. And... oh, well, he's asleep. Let's wake him up because we can. And I'm going to take all his stuff. Let him, he can go back to sleep. I don't think he was injured. I think the other lady, the character Cuva likes, I think she was injured. So and if I can find the other lady. Now this is our base. As you see, all these things, these are spaces but we can build stuff like gardens or workshops or even a medical facility. So we need to improve this base. One of the things we need to do, I'll show you this quickly. This is a community tab. This shows us our characters. As you can see, as I was right, she's been injured. Niece has been injured. That's what she's suffering from. So she actually took quite a bit of hits there. She's got an infection and she's got trauma as well. So we need to build a medical facility to actually treat that, or she won't get better. So her health will not recover until we get one. So we can't use her for a while. This gentleman here, he's also taken some damage, but only a little bit. He's got scrapes, so he's taken a little bit of damage. My character, the one the game started me off, hasn't taken any hits because I can use stealth, whereas these guys don't know how. Okay, this is the base screen. This shows you the current base you're in. These are the slots. These are your outpost slots, so that means that we can build 2 outposts. I'll get into outposts later on when we eventually make one. As of right now, I need to clear away some of this rubbish. We need to clear away this trash. That would take... we need 2 people to do that, so that will take 2 of them. This needs to be cleaned up as well, but we haven't got enough manpower because there's only 3 of us, so we have to wait. These are the slots to build things, because this is a small base. We've only got 2 slots to build stuff in. So, but we haven't got enough resources to build anything. That's what this mission in the top right is for, is to get materials so we can build something. The thing is, it's now night time, so it's very dangerous. I do have a crossbow, which helps. Right, so we're going to have to decide what we want to do. I could go and get that car, but I might wait until it's daytime, because the cars are noisy, so I may go and try and do this mission. What equipment can we take with us? Well, we've got 10 arrows. That's it. We've got a couple of weak painkillers I'll take in case we get... I've got fuel there, but I'm not going to go and get the car yet. I'm going to wait till morning to get the car. We'll need this fuel. So what we can do is we can keep that. So all I'm going to take with me is the crossbow and some pain meds. And I'm going to try and see if I can find some materials. Which is what they want in the mission up there. The yellow, all these yellows are zombies that we've seen. These aren't all the zombies on the map. These are just the zombies that we've spotted at some point. The different icons tell you what zombies they are. These are the ones that you're going to see me scared of. These are the ferals. These are the danger ones. There's a feral up there. So there's 2 ferals already in the game near us. One there and one there, right in front of the car. So that's going to be a pain in the ass getting that car because that feral's there. This is a mission objective. This is where it wants us to go to find some materials. When it comes to this outline here, this is kind of the safe zone of the base. Generally, zombies won't spawn here more often than not. So you're going to be quite safe. I say quite, not fully. They can enter the area, but they won't generally a rule of thumb, they won't come in unless they see you. If they see you, they will come in. The zombies do attack your base. We'll get into that mechanic later on, but they do assault your base eventually. But that builds up over time. So right now we need to do this mission, and we need the resources anyway. So what I might do is, this is a survey location. Guess what that does? Yep. You go here and then you survey the land, and you helps you spot resources and buildings and cars that you can use. So we want to go there. But again, I've got to be careful because this character is going to start getting tired soon because she's been out all day. The other characters are sleeping, resting, whereas her, she's not. Because I'm taking her out, so she might start getting tired soon. Excuse me. We're going to loot the back of this vehicle.
And the day gets a little better.
Pack of cheap smokes and some parts. Again, the cheap smokes we can trade to other people later on.
I'm making good progress here.
I'm glad to hear it.
The stuff at the bottom of the screen generally is information that sometimes you come across. That'll be your teammates kind of broadcasting stuff, or sometimes there'll be independent broadcasters, because there are still other people alive. You're not the only people alive in the game. It's just that everyone's kind of scattered. There's not many people left at this point because of the zombie outbreak, but there is still people around. Right. As you can see, I'm loading up with loot from this kind of coffee hut, I suppose. It's mostly going to be food and beans and that kind of stuff.
Better than nothing.
There you go, got a snack. Not the best. But there's a survey location up here, so this is the first thing I'm going to do.
This place is a dry well.
It's a long climb, isn't it?
I've got to slow down.
Right, so all these question marks is locations or zombies. So we just...
From the looks of that place, I'd say I just found another plague heart.
Right, plague heart are the things I told you about. They are kind of the things you've got to destroy to win the game. There's going to be at least 25 or so on this map. This is the first one we've seen. If I go to my map, that's the plague heart. It's got some Z's next to it, which means it's asleep. Eventually, we'll wake it up. You can't do anything really to stop it waking up. Eventually, the more noise you make and stuff like that, they will just eventually wake up. You want to try and not wake them up for as long as possible, but in the end, they will wake up. When they wake up, they'll start sending zombies to attack your base. That's when all these infestations and everything come into play, which I can talk to you about later. Right now, I'm not going to worry about it. It's still asleep for now. That's the first one we've seen. Okay, we've just found a vehicle. All the way over here. A Rammies 5. I think that is a 4x4. Could be mistaken. a similar vehicle to what we already had. Maybe slightly better. That's got no fuel as well. So technically we could go and recover. We are definitely going to recover this vehicle anyway because it's still got all the resources in the back. But technically we could recover both. So we'll want to get that vehicle at some point. What else have you got?
Nothing more to see here.
Okay. We've seen everything there is to see. This enemy here is a feral. This is bad news for us. Because he's very close to us. As you can see, he's running around in a circle like a mad creature, because they are mad creatures, but you can see how fast they are. My character's just gotten tired. If you see the bottom left of the screen, next to the blue bar, she's just gotten tired. Right, so this feral is so close to us right now that I'm actually deciding that I don't think I can go this way. Because if that feral sees me, with this character in her current condition, she can't survive. My only chance is to somehow... No, I don't think I can do this. As you can see, I've got to be so careful right now from that creature seeing us. Big up to everyone watching chat. As I said, it is a very different kind of game to XCOM, but there is similarities. Especially when it comes to the permadeath and losing your characters forever. I was hoping that would be where the materials are, but it's not. That noise you hear is the feral. He's over there now. See, that's why I've marked him. I've marked him on the map so I can see where he is at all times. By the arrow. Because if he sees me, I'm in big trouble. Yeah, see, I'm looking in this area to try and find these resources that the game tells me is here, but as you can see, I'm not having much luck and my character's tired. I really don't want to be here much longer. But I really need to find these resources, but I don't think it's here. So the game is being a bit cheeky. Because the game's telling me that the mission icon's telling me that there should be resources here. Look, and I've gone here, and there actually isn't any here. Unless I've missed something. I'm going to have another look. Have a look up here. Anything? Okay, so the game is being cheeky, like I said, because it said that there's resources here and there isn't. Is the game buggy? It can be. It's generally it doesn't crash that often, but it can have its glitches, and we're seeing one now because, like I say, the game's telling me that there's resources here, but there isn't. Because I've explored everywhere, and all I'm really doing is kind of wasting time. Yeah, so there's nothing here, so we need to go else. We need to try and go elsewhere to get these resources. The game's telling me to go here as well, so that is a long way away.
That screamer is disgusting.
But I think we might have to take her in because she's, like I say, she's tired, so she's absolutely exhausted. As you can see, her stamina's draining badly, as you can see. So we need to switch her out. Okay. So she needs to rest, so we're just going to unequip her from everything right now because we haven't got enough different resources or weapons to give everyone a weapon. So all we've got is one crossbow for the three of us. So yeah. So you can see how the whole resources and everything plays its role and finding and scavenging for items, because you start with absolutely nothing. Okay, so we need to switch to another character. I won't bother you about the curveballs yet. This is quite a new addition to the game, the curveballs. Okay, I'll tell you this. The curveballs are these kind of thing called curveballs. They are random things, events that happen during the game, both positive and negative. For example, there's one here where the supply crate is luring zombies. So that means that somewhere on the map, there's a crate of resources, but there's loads of zombies around. So if I want to, I can go and try to grab the crate of resources, but it's going to be difficult. So it's, you know, do I want to take the risk? Probably not at this point in the game, but later on I might be willing to. It looks like it's a crate of food that's on the map. So these come and go. I'd say there's more negative ones than there are positive ones, but it's quite a new addition to the game. I added it like a year or two ago, when they were still providing support for the game. Okay, so we're going to have to change to Speedy, I think, because he's the least injured of the two. Nisa is still very injured and she won't recover, like I say, until we get a hospital built. So Nadia here hasn't taken any damage, but she's tired, so she needs to rest at least for a while. I think it's like 8 hours or so, in-game hours, obviously. So let's go take control of him. He's got much better wits, he's much better at fighting, but he's got no cardio, so he's, you know, gotta be careful with him. Right, let's take control of him. Up you get, sleepyhead. Come on, dude, you're the man of the group, right? You're in there with two lovely ladies, so time for you to, you know, do your thing. We'll take the crossbow with you because it's the only weapon we've got, and we will take. Not that there's many options. Again, we'll just take some weak painkillers with him. I mean, Right, so again, we haven't got any fuel yet. I'm not going to go for the vehicle until it's light, because I don't want to make that much noise. But what I am going to try to do is see if I can grab these resources. As you can see, it's pitch black now. This can be a very dark game. Hopefully you guys can all see it. I don't know how it comes across on YouTube. It is a dark game though, make no mistake. The nights are very dark. The nights are proper nights.
Somebody already picked this place clean.
Yeah, I'm gonna have one more look around here, because the game really should be spawning these resources for me. So I'm just wondering if the glitch maybe fixed itself. I don't think it has. Okay, no it hasn't. Okay, so fair enough, it's glitched. It is what it is. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Okay, so we have to go here. Now we've got to be careful, because that feral was still around. I feel safe running at the second because I'm within my base's perimeter. Okay, there's as you can see, there's quite a lot of them at night. Okay, there's a lot of them, as you can see. Okay, this is a screamer. I'm going to use a crossbow to take him out.
Looks like that shut him up.
There you go. As you can see,
Not bad.
I'm only down to... I've only got 10 shots left. So... Okay, that's another glitch I'm getting. This is not good. It's not letting me kill him. Weird. Okay. Now, if one of these zombies sees me, all of them will be alerted pretty much. And I'm going to be in trouble. So... I'm not joking when I say that this game in the harder difficulties becomes a stealth game, because it does. Okay, so I'm heading towards that. Again, I run when I think it's safe. A lot of that is based upon what I can see, and a lot of it is based on what I can hear as well. Okay, so let's hope that the resources are spawned in this area, because it didn't in the other one. Okay, I think it has. So you can do something called a fast search. Guess what that does? It does it fast, but it makes loads of noise. Do you want to take that risk?
Why doesn't that happen more
Not really.
Already finished.
Not until you
Time
get
in?
much higher
Not too
wits.
shabby.
Once you get much higher wits and you get stealth skills and stuff, you can search them much faster and much quieter. But right now, we're all bumbling oaths, basically. Right, so I've got the resources that the game wants me to have, but while I'm here, I may loot this house, because, you know, I'm here. And I've got space to pick up some things, so I'm going to complete the mission, but I'm going to take a detour on my way back. Right, I can hear another zombie around. Okay, there's something here. Oh, there's some boxes here to loot as well. Again, I've only got 10 shots with my crossbow, so that's all I've got to my name. Is 10 shots with a crossbow. Am I expecting to find crossbow bolts in these crates? No. You never know, but you know. You can make bolts, but I haven't got the resources or the workshop to do. So I can make more bolts later on. There's one of these fat bloater guys. I'm probably going to shoot him in the back because I can. That does make noise. So as you can see, I'm just kind of surveying the environment here. I need to wait to get every bolt. That's how important each bolt is right now. I need to go and pick up these bolts because I got like I said, I got 10 shots left. I can hear noises, but I'm not exactly sure where they are. Okay, there's one there. Let's see what we can see if we can find anything here. We're getting a lot of parts, which is fine. You do eventually need everything, really, but right now not that useful.
Good find, old man.
Portable generator. Okay. There's more resources here. We'll have to come back for them. There might be some fuel in here. Again, you need lots of fuel. Nope. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to come back here, I think.
This spot's all tapped
Oh yeah.
out.
Okay, so there's 2 lots of resource packs here. Okay, we definitely have to come back here. Probably when I've got a car, so that I can take them both at the same time. Because when you get a car, you can stash stuff in the boot. Now, like I say, on the easier modes, you don't have to do what I'm doing. On the easier modes, you can run more or less and play at a much faster rate. But on this mode, where it just takes one zombie to see you, and then before you know it,
All clear.
you're surrounded by like 10 or 20 of them, and that can easily happen. And you most likely won't get out alive, especially at this point in the game. I mean, even when you've got better gear, you still can't really do that stuff on this level. You got more ways to survive. Your characters do get better. They get more health. They get better combat abilities. You can do more, but there's still limitations. It is starting to get light, as you can see. The light is starting to come through. Right, so there's lots of zombies in here. That was a zombie crashing through a window somewhere, which made noise, and now there's going to be more zombies because they heard that. The last thing I want to do really is have these group of zombies see me. Now this is where I mean like strategy plays a big role and you've got to use your brain. So like I'm going to close this door, right? That way the zombie won't be able to see me. They can still hear me, but he can't see me. And if he tries to get in, he will have to get through this door. So this game's so much about using your head. Yes, you need to have good reflexes sometimes to dodge some of the attacks. Yes, by all means. You need to know your surroundings. You need to know You need to know your limitations. This game's a lot about knowing your limitations. Speaking of which, as you can see, I just that zombie just caught me off guard, and that the noise has drew in another zombie. So like I say, you kill one, you make noise, it drags in other zombies. Took a hit there, which is annoying. It's only a small hit, but it has taken a decent chunk of my health. On this level, even the smallest hits do take a lot of your health. And at the moment, I can't heal up because I haven't got the... there you go, a cowboy hat. I told you guys you can get cowboy hats. So I can go back to the base and equip him with a cowboy hat and make him into... Carl.
Better take care of the last ones.
Right, the game tells me there's still two zombies remaining in the house.
Nothing useful here.
Okay.
Better move on.
Yeah, I can still hear them. I think they're outside. And the game tells me containers search. So that's how much loot there is to get from the building. So the game's still telling me that there's at least one more bit of loot to get. I'll check the stream in a second, I think. Like I say, I assume it's still on and everything. I can still see the chat, but just to make sure. I could be talking to myself for all I know.
Looks like that's it for
no
loot.
change there then. There you go. Ninja hoodie. Age of Empires 2. Okay.
Dry as a bone. Better move on.
Just going to clear out these zombies and then the game should update letting me know that okay, so I'm going to set out an outpost soon, not here. Outposts are places where you get resources from on a daily basis. Not much, but you can get some. And also safe havens, so it's like, you know, zombies won't spawn in them. You can also do more advanced things like setting up mines and stuff. We won't be doing any of that yet because I haven't got the resources or the skills to do it. You've got to learn how to do it, or you've got to find people who can do it. As I said, you know, we're still on the first mission because I've done it so slow because obviously I've been trying to explain stuff to you guys. I've been extremely slow doing it, which is fine. It's what I expect. If I was playing off stream, I would have done this mission before the end of the first day. But getting that glitch didn't help us out either because it sent me in a completely wrong direction. Bring home everything we've got. We've got some more resources. It's not going to do that much. Okay, we've got 8 resources, 8 materials, so we can finally build a facility. So what do we build first? Well, I always build a medical facility first. We've got 3 spaces. We've got to repair the master bedroom. Should have done that earlier. And I'm going to build a infirmary.
I'm glad we've already got a start on building this base up.
That's taking pretty much all my resources, as you can see. Just like that. So we're back to 0 again. Another mission is triggered, and this mission introduces you to enclaves, neighbours, other humans who can either be hostile to you or they can be friendly to you.
Much appreciated.
These ones are friendly to you because this game always gives you this mission. These 2 missions we're getting, and we always get these 2 missions every playthrough. first. Then all the missions get randomized. So these two are the only two missions you always get. Right, so what I've got to think about doing now is what do I want to do? What do I want to achieve for the day? Well, I don't want to go down here because there's at least 2 ferals down there, which is crazy. This is literally day 2. This is literally now. We're on day 2 now. So I don't want to do that. What I want to do really is get more of these. I want to go and collect these resources. So really I want to go and get this car, but there's a feral in the way. So I've got to try to find a way, if I can, to get this car without getting butchered by this feral, because I do not have the equipment to kill him. Is it possible? Yeah, of course it is, but it's going to be difficult because I'm going to have to move slowly around here and up here. So this is what I mean by like planning stuff out. I've got to plan in order to do this. What do I have to do? Well, I've got to sneak up here, this side, and get the vehicle. Or I head this way and try and get this vehicle. This is the better vehicle of the two. In fact, maybe that's what we do. Maybe me actually fueling this vehicle is a waste of time. But I need to go here at some point to get the resources in the boot. Okay, I've decided, and that's what we'll do. We're going to try and go for this vehicle here. Right, so first thing we need to do is we need to go and get that fuel that we've got, that can of fuel. As you can see, this guy has taken a bit of damage, but he's not tired yet, so we'll keep using him for now. The other lady, the character Kuva likes, she's still injured, and we probably can't use her until we get our infirmary up and running, so she can heal. That's the problem. Let's take... Okay. So again, I'm going to go on foot, but I've got the fuel canister with me. So the objective is for me getting to that car today. That's what I want to do. That's my goal for the daylight, is to get that car, get it back to base, and if possible, try and pick up the resources from the first car we arrived in. Okay, there's another one of these screamers. I'm not going to shoot this one because I'm behind him. I can just stealth, and I don't want to waste the bolts. If I can do it this way, I will. There's another one of these. There's a lot of these screamers around. Gotta make every shot count. Right, so I'm down to 9 bolts now because the game didn't let me recover any bolts from that one. So, yeah, I'm down to 9 bolts. Right, this is an ammo area. This is probably a very good place to show you the outpost mechanic. So what I'm going to do, if I've got enough influence, I think I just about do. I think it costs 400. So I'm going to build an outpost here. Alright, okay.
Consider this outpost ready to go.
So this is an ammo outpost. So what does this do? This gives us a daily income of ammo. 1 ammo per day. It's not much, and it isn't much, but every bit counts. But it gives us a bit of a safe area that I can run back to and re-equip my stealth, and I can also drop items off here as well. So it's a good kind of like, you want to put this kind of like either protecting your base, or you want to have one where it's in a good area for you to kind of loot from, like an advanced forward base kind of thing. What you can't do is you can't place an outpost on areas that are red, that are covered by this play cart. So these play carts cover an area of the map, right? You can't build any outposts on any of these. All these things you see are red. I can't place any outposts. I was able to do it on these because these are white, because these are out of the zone. The only way I could ever place an outpost in any of these is after I kill this plague heart, which is still asleep. If I kill this plague heart, then I can push forward further and put an outpost here. So the game's a war for territory, kind of. These plague hearts were not in the original game. These came in DLC over the years. So they changed the way the game works. But this version, or the final version of the game, because they're not working on the game anymore, they're working on the sequel. This version of the game...
Another project finished. Great job, folks.
It's a war for territory. They try and head towards your area, and then you try to encroach upon their area. At the moment, they're not trying to because this is quiet. But what's probably going to happen is I'll end up waking this thing up, most likely, as I try and get the car. I'm going to try not to, but most likely it's what will happen.
What a pile of crap.
We have found our first pistol, ladies and gentlemen. First pistol that's really, really loud. Do I want to use this? No. Will I use it? If I have to, yes. And we've got ammo for it. The good news is you can carry more than one weapon. You can carry a pistol and you can carry a bigger weapon, like a crossbow. So, I'm going to try to use a crossbow as much as I can, because it's quiet, or much quieter than the other. But if I get myself into trouble, then I can use the pistol. The pistol's the only chance I've got of killing the feral, really. It's still a long shot, but it's possible. Another hat, because you always need hats. We found 5 more crossbow bolts. So I've got 14 shots. This is an ammo resource. Again, we can't do anything with it right now. We'll come back for that once I've got a car. This is why I need the car, so I can pick up all these resources. Right now, I can't. I can only carry one at a time.
Smells like a whole city died. That's gotta be a plague heart, which means plague zombies, too.
Yep. As he just said, plague heart, plague zombies. Those are the zombies in red.
I just saw one of the weird ones.
The zombies in red are always in this area. That's why they're dangerous. Excuse me. I'm going to check the chat in a sec to make sure that the stream's everything. Like I said, I could be talking to myself for all I know. I actually can check my phone, actually, can't I? Bear with me a sec. Let me check my phone. Yeah. Still seems to be on. Big up, guys, for watching. There's still 4 of you in here. Cheers, guys. Yeah. Yep. Seems to be okay. And that's why I got my phone. So I can check the chat. Okay. And like I say, it is a very different game to XCOM. But you know, this isn't an XCOM channel. It's never going to be. It's like a couple of us liked XCOM, especially me. Pete likes it as well. And there'll be probably more of that on the channel. It's just I really wanted to kind of show you guys this game. It's stream going strong. Thanks, Alan. Cheers, bruv. Okay, so these are good guys. There are good humans still left. Who knew, eh? They've asked me to do them a mission, which I'm going to accept now. It's always the same mission at the start of the game. Like I say, the missions become random. If I get enough favour with them, they'll become friendly to me. If they're friendly to me, I can trade with them. And I also get extra boons as well. They'll provide me a boon, which is going to be random. And also, if I want to, I can recruit one of them. Now, this is where the game starts going into game mode and it's not realistic. Why can't I recruit all 3 of them? I'm going to pause it because I don't want to waste time. Why can't I recruit all 3 of these guys? There's no good answer. The answer is game balance. Because I'd be too powerful. If I recruited these 3, that would double my size and that would give me six survivors right at the start of the game. Which, you know, the more survivors you got, the more powerful you kind of are. They take more resources because everybody eats food. So you need to have loads of food to have that many. But the more people you've got, the more manpower you've got, the faster stuff gets built, the more stuff you can build at once. when your base gets attacked, the more guys you've got at home in base increases your chances of the base surviving. Because the fights take place in real time. So literally, the more guys you've got on your side fighting for you, the more chance you've got of surviving. With only 3 people, if we get attacked by too many zombies, we'll die. So you do need to recruit. So I can recruit one of these 3, but only one. But I can see what traits they've got. So I can look at these 3 in a minute and say, I like the look of him, or I like the look of her. I'm going to go out of my way to recruit them. But in order to do so, I need to gain their favour first. So this is the guy, Bryce, who must be the leader.
How are you?
He wants me to get 2 plague samples. I've got none. He's got fuel to give me. So if I do this, he'll probably give me fuel, which I need. So I'm going to try and do this, but it's going to be difficult.
The safest way to collect samples is by killing plague
I'll let him
zombies.
explain it. Here you go.
The best place to find them is in the territory around a plague heart.
Okay.
Those things basically infect their whole environment. It's pretty nasty. Or
Yeah.
you can just destroy the plague heart itself to get a bunch of samples. That's more dangerous.
Okay, well, I'm not going
Make
to
sure
be...
you gear up for this one.
Well, yeah,
Be ready to fight.
I'm not going to be taking on the plague cart. All I've got is 13 crossbow bolts and low-level
Let's
characters.
hope this pays off. We could use allies out here.
I ain't taking down no plague cart. Not yet.
Yeah, later.
Okay, so once I do this mission, I can then... After that, they should become friendly to me, and then I can then talk to them about recruiting them, and then go from there. But, to do the mission, I need to get 2 plague samples. How do you get plague samples? Well, as you might imagine, you kill the red zombies. It's a low percentage drop. It becomes a lower drop the harder the difficulty. So on the easier modes, they're easier to get. On this mode, it's a very low percentage. I think it's as low as it's single figures percentage, low single figures. So it might take me a long time to get 2. I will try to get them as I go.
Christ, that cloud stinks.
Yeah, you saw me shooting the fat guys with the bolts. Yeah, I mean, they're bloaters. If you see them, you should really kill them if you can. The last thing you want is to forget about them, and then they creep up on you and then blow up in your face. So, you get a little bit of influence of killing them, not much. I'm going to try to kill as many of these red zombies as I can so I can try to get these plague samples. But remember, I've only got 13 shots left. So, I don't exactly have much to go on here. So I'm still going to try and head towards the car, because that was my original goal, if you remember that I said earlier. My goal was to get to the car. But I'm going to try to kill the red zombies along the way to do the mission. And I'll loot what I can along the way. This is a plague heart territory, so you know, okay. As you can see, he just jumped through the window there. I am getting the bolts back. You don't always get the bolts back, but I think it's about a 50% chance of getting the bolts back, so see, I didn't get the bolt back on that one. No, I did, sorry. Yeah, but as you can, as I said before, the drop rate for these plague samples are like, I think it's like 5% or something. So that's 1 in 20. And that's about right. It's about 1 in 20. So I might have to kill 40 of these guys to get the 2 that the game wants me to get. You know, I've already killed about 10 of them already, and I haven't got one, which is about right. As you can see, so I'm slowly moving towards the car. I'm going to loot stuff that I see. It's daytime, so I feel a bit more safer because it's during the day. I wouldn't really want to do this at night. Okay, my cardio's gone up. So let me talk quickly about the skills. Right, so the skills level up in a way like it does in Skyrim and Oblivion. So the skills level up based on your actions. So if I just run around and I run everywhere, my cardio eventually will go up. If I shoot loads of enemies, my shooting goes up. If I loot lots of things and I do the search thing, or if I do stealth kills, my wits go up. And if I fight zombies, guess what? My fighting goes up. So what you do determines what you level. So, as I said, there's some very good mechanics in this game for leveling up your characters. The more you do of something, right, I'm in trouble here. Okay.
Better finish it off. I can't keep this up.
Okay, there's too many of them now.
I need a break.
As I said, you need to be careful. You need to choose when you're going to fight and where you're going to fight. I wanted to move from this area because they are making too much noise. And I can handle 2 or 3 at once, and I'm alright. Once you start getting more 2 or 3 at once, I just got a plague sample, so I've got 1. I need 2, so I've got 1. But I don't want to make too much noise because I don't want to wake up that plague cart unless I have to. It's going to happen eventually. It just will. But the longer I leave it, the better. I can hear someone there.
And done. Hope I didn't keep you waiting.
Right on.
That's weird. The game's saying to deliver 2 plague carts. But I haven't got 2, I've only got 1. That's it. Another glitch. Weird. Don't normally get this many glitches. Right, there is the vehicle. Which was the goal. There you go. Right, so I'm still after another plague sample. Not sure why the game said that. The game acted like I'd gotten 2, but I haven't. I've only got 1. Yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to fuel this car up, and that finally gives us a car. And it also lets me stash some things. So I can stash... But... Okay, so I'm going to use my only fuel can to fuel up. So this is how you fuel. Not exactly the most realistic way of fueling a car. I mean, I'm literally just standing here. But it is what it is. Right, so I can now use this car. It's in terrible shape, but it will run. But it's not going to be able to take... I can't hit any zombies with it, really. It'll be destroyed. So this is our... But this is kind of our getaway from... If stuff gets crazy, I leg it to the car and I drive away. Simple as that. Right, but we're still trying to get this second plague sample, so... Okay, so we can try and loot some of these places while I try and get this second sample. I can hear horrible enemies inside this building, so I expect there to be... Okay, so I can see a zombie there who's lying down, but I can see by their beady little red eyes that this zombie's alive. So what's going to happen is if I try and enter this room, they're going to wake up and attack me. So I don't really want to do that. Okay, so he might have seen me. He has.
Christ, that cloud stinks.
So we have to take him out. Is what it is. Yep, other zombies have heard that. Right, see that message? I just got a plague heart stirs. That means that it kind of knows I'm here. So if I continue to make too much noise and kill too many of them, it's going to wake up. I don't want it to wake up yet. I really don't. So I need to be very careful, about what I do here. I've also only got 9 shots left. But I still... there you go. A plague sample. There we go. That's the second of 2 we need. Right. Right, a screamer's waking the plague heart up. So what has happened is I didn't want to happen. Unfortunately for me. Right, so that's bad news. That screamer somehow saw me. I don't know how he did, but he did. He's woken up the plague heart. If you look on the map, this thing's now awake. I suppose the only good thing is I don't need to be as quiet anymore because he's already woken up. So... Right, so it's already too late. It's my you know, it happens. It happens. Damn it. My aim was off then. As you can see, there's loads of... See what I mean? Look how many have just appeared. Look at this, look how many. Okay, that is the plague sample we need, though.
There's just no securing a place this close to a plague heart.
Right, so there's lots of noise being made. The plague heart's awake now, which I didn't want to happen, but it's the way it goes.
I can actually use this.
Right, we found a chemistry textbook. That's really good. That means I can teach one of our characters chemistry, which is one of those skills I was telling you guys about. And it's a very good skill. Chemistry's a very good skill. Because chemistry's important in life, boys and girls. And I found a mechanic textbook. Ooh. 2 very nice finds there. Okay. So we had some bad luck with the plague heart being woken up, but we've just found 2. Right, so as you can see, an infesting horde is on the move. So what's an infesting horde? Well,
We picked this place clean.
these are the things which they use to attack your base. This thing here. Now, I gotta make a decision if I want to try to intercept this horde. Right, so as you can see, look how many are chasing me, right? So, did I mean to do that? Yes, I did. Okay, that was weird. They disappeared. Okay. That was a glitch I wasn't expecting. What I was attempting to do there, guys, is I was attempting to kill the whole group of them, but I have to bide my time, killing them one at a time. Because my advantage over them is I'm faster than them. I'm not sure what happened there. It just kind of glitched out.
That cloud's bad news.
Unfortunately for me, I'm down to my last shots here. As you can see, look how many there are. Right, so what I'm going to try to do now, guys, I'm going to try to lead them to these three here.
I gotta rest first.
These three will come and help me.
I need a break.
Because I'm out of bolts.
Can't do it.
Right, so as you can see, there's shitloads of them. I do have 3 of these guys helping me do it. That was quite risky by me, but I wanted to stop the horde, and I've managed it. So the horde they were sending were to probably infest one of these places here, so they could attack my base. So I decided to see if I could intercept them. I've managed it. Got a bit lucky with the glitch, but even so, I mean, again, it's knowing what I can and can't do. It's knowing what I can and can't get away with. I knew that there was no ferals around. I knew that I had a chance of taking out the group. But you know, if I had more equipment, I'd have better ways to take out that group. But my character's tired, as you can see. Next to the blue bar, he's tired. He's got no stamina, so I'm going to finish doing this mission.
With these plague samples,
There you go.
I can make something that'll cure blood plague if one of us gets infected. We're happy to share the recipe if you need it.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Be safe.
What we can do now, we can actually look at these survivors and see if any of them are any good. Let's have a look.
Hey, you.
Right, so let's have a look at Bryce, shall we? Bryce has got 6 stars in cuisine, which means he can cook.
I have some news to share. I can't have it on my conscience if we let one of ours die. We need more medicine.
So this guy is a cook, so he could be useful.
Come on in.
This gentleman here is called
Nice to see
Rudy.
you're still kicking.
Rudy has got Scrum certification. I'm not sure what that does. That could be a useless skill. Some of these skills that have only got 1 stars are kind of very situational skills. They can give you slight bonuses, but they're not as good as the proper skills, right? So that could be a waste of a skill, so that character's probably not worth it. And last but not least, Sharon.
Hi.
Sharon! Is Randy Marsh going to appear? Craftsmanship, 5 out of 7. Okay, that's not bad. Craftsmanship's okay, that means that she can make things. Obviously, she's like an artisan. Okay, so there's 3 characters there. I'm certainly interested in the cook character. Less so on the other 2. Having a good cook is very nice. Right, so what we got to do now, I need to get this character back to base. He's got no stamina, so... But as you can see, I've got no crossbow bolts left, so I've intercepted that horde. I have, but at the cost of using all my ammo. So I've used a lot of resources in doing that. Was it the smartest thing for me to do? I don't know. They were walking right past me, so it made sense to at least try. But I'm walking around with one bolt now. So I'm gonna see if there's any bolts I've forgotten. Okay, there's one. Oh no, there's two. Okay, I've got 3 bolts. I've got 3 bolts left. Then that's all I've got for my crossbow. Yeah, not good, dude. Not good. Okay, his cardio's gone up a bit. That's more than me. That's for me doing all the running, and because he's carrying a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna put these chemistry books in and then we'll decide on them in a minute. Because we're probably going to use both those books. So we're going to make one of our characters a mechanic, which, guess what mechanics are good for? That's right, fixing cars, which are really important in this game, and chemistry is really important. So those 2 skill books are really good. Right, I'm going to go back to the car, which is all fueled, but I need to be able to get there. But he's really got no stamina, so really we don't want to be doing any fighting or anything with him now. We just want to get the vehicle, drive back, and then we need to swap him out for probably the first character, because the other character is still going to be injured. Right, so here's the vehicle, so... Okay. Right, so the story goals, it says to promote a leader, so I can choose to promote somebody if I want. Oh, well, no, I've got to wait till they all get more standing first, but I can do that quickly. This is the first time you're seeing me driving. Okay, so as you can see, a quest has just popped up called a Wandering Trader. Okay, he's all the way over there. I'm not going to be doing that because I don't have anything ready to trade. Now, as you can see, this vehicle is completely banged up, so I don't want to even hit any zombies with it, because the zombies, every each zombie you hit, it will lose durability. And on this level, the cars really are made out of paper. On the easier difficulties, they've got a lot more durability. But on these difficulties, you need to be real careful. Okay, so that's given us some fuel. Right, I need to swap him out.
I'm back.
I'm going to go check on the other lady.
Take care of yourself now.
Okay, so as you can see, she's still injured, like I said. She has recovered some of it, but she's not recovered all of it. So, because of that, we're probably going to have to go back to the first character we played as until the other one recovers. So you got to like rotate your squad, basically. There is rotation in it. Let me check the time. 11:20. Okay, I'm going to go probably to about 12ish, guys. You know that's generally the streams that I generally do. I don't know if I'm going to do this every night. It probably won't be every night like XCOM. I've also got health issues at the minute. I'm quite poorly. I won't bore you guys with the details, but just like I'm quite poorly at the minute, so I probably can't do it every night. I'll let you guys know in advance. It'll be a couple of times a week probably. Like I doubt I'll do it tomorrow night. But I won't know really until I wake up. But it depends also on the feedback as well. If people are interested in me continuing the series, then obviously that motivates me more to do it. Of course it does.
Come here, hun. Let's chat.
Sure.
Somebody wants to talk to me. Nisa wants to talk to me about what, my dear? Okay, she wants to go talk to me.
I couldn't agree more.
Speak with Nisa. Okay. Let me go and speak to her then before I switch over. Where are you, Nisa? Where are you? Nisa wants to talk. Okay. So these things kind of come appear. Like I say, these curveballs are kind of like random things that happen in the game. They can be beneficial. There's probably more negative ones than there are positive ones, but they can be worth your time, but they always come with a risk. And I'm probably not in a strong enough position really to take many risks. I mean, she's injured anyway. She's still, she still hasn't recovered, so. Some of these zombies are physically weaker. It's made living in the public much safer. Hope it stays this way. Okay, so this is to let me know that there's going to be a curveball or something's going to happen soon where the zombies are going to be slightly easier in a certain area. So it's up to me if I want to take advantage of that. If I want to go to that area and fight the easier zombies, I might get rewards. But I've got to be careful because I don't want to wake Plague Heart up. So it's like, do I feel strong enough? I don't know. Probably not. It's probably a bit too early for me to be taking any kind of risks right now. My guys are all still too weak. Right, so let me switch over to another character. We're going to go back to Nadia. Thing is that Speedy also has gotten himself injured as well. So these characters need to rest. We need to get our infirmary up, basically. Our next level infirmary. So again, I've got 2 bolts, but I might as well take them, right? I've got nothing else. I've got a pistol, but I don't want to use that unless I have to. Okay, I should have equipped her with his rucksack, so now I've got to find him. It's annoying, isn't it? Actually, let me try. Sorry to take control of you again. It's because I forgot to put your rucksack in the locker. There you go. Right, so we're going to try and pick up some of these resources, I think. Now we've got a car, although it's in dreadful shape and it's got hardly any fuel. So we're not going to go far with it, but we can certainly use it to pick up some of these resources that I wasn't able to pick up before. What we're going to do is we're going to use these skill books. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make Nadia here. I'm going to make her a mechanic.
That should come in useful.
So Nadia here is going to be our mechanic. And then next time I switch to one of the other characters, I'm going to make them our chemist. So to level up mechanic, you have to make stuff in the base and stuff like that. That levels it up. The better you get in mechanics, you can advance that skill to something else. And it gives you discounts and stuff like that on building stuff and building like toolkits for cars. You always want to have a toolkit on your car, because if your car gets destroyed and you're in the middle of nowhere, you're screwed, because you won't have a car and you won't be anywhere near base. But the problem is I've got no toolkits, so I can't use what I don't have. You know what I mean? I can't will it into existence. You know what I mean? So okay, well, it is probably going to be getting dark soonish. It's probably 2/3 of the way, so I'm going to use this time to go and collect all these resources I think I missed here. Also, if I'm feeling ballsy, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Well, I'm going to have to go and kill this feral. And I'm going to kill the feral with the car. Hopefully. I'm taking a risk.
scavenging went well.
Right, so the feral wasn't here anymore, which is good. They don't stay there permanently. They do stay there for a while, but the feral was gone. So you can see why I've done this. Is look at the stuff we left behind. Actually, must have forgotten to loot this actually.
It's something.
I'm gonna see if I missed anywhere. Okay, apparently there's a trailer I missed. All sites surveyed. If I can be bothered to go and get that, go up there. Like I say, it's starting to get dark. And if I can be bothered, okay, let's go. Let's do it. If it was dark, I wouldn't be doing this, but because it's light, then. Okay, there's actually a couple of things to loot here I must have missed. Yeah, there's a bloater there, but I don't really want to fire. I don't want to waste
Okay, let's go do
bolt
that again.
because I've only got 3 left.
Kind of squalor. Ain't exactly what I signed up for.
Right, so as you can see here, this is infestation. This is the zombies are trying to set up to attack my base, and this is how they do it. This has got a number 1 next to it, which means it's a level 1 infestation. There's 3 levels. You want to kill them when they're level 1. If you wait till they're level 2 or 3, they get much harder. You get much harder enemies, real powerful enemies that we can't handle. But I don't know if I've got the resources to go and take that out. That's the truth. And it is starting to get dark.
That cloud is pure poison.
As you can just see, I just used my my pistol to do that, and it attracted loads of zombies. So this is why I'm going around this way, because there's no point me going up there because there are going to be too many of them. But it needed to be done because I don't want those bloater things walking around. I
know underperforming when I see it. If I could fire the lot of you, I would.
Okay, so Speedy is unhappy because of low morale. Again, there's not much I can do about it. They start the morale penalties on this difficulty is immense, so they automatically start off very unhappy, and it takes an awful lot of work to get them to be stable. It's nearly impossible to get them to be happy, but it's very difficult to get them to be stable. So expect them all to be miserable. Does being miserable affect stuff? Yes. Yeah. They get less. You get less XP when you're miserable, and they build stuff slower when they're miserable. But again, it's the difficulty level. You just kind of accept that on this level they're going to be miserable. That's it. They are. Okay, so I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go here so that I can try. As you can see, the fuel, there's not much fuel left in this thing, so it's not like I can take it a long way. Right, that's a feral who's seen me. Right, so how do we kill a feral? Well, the best way to kill a feral is with a car. Like that. You've just seen our first feral kill, guys. Is it the first of many? Probably not, because you generally don't want to fight them. You don't want to fight them hand to hand unless you can avoid it. You've got a gun. If you've got a fast firing gun, you can kind of take him down. This car makes lots of noise, so I've made the noise in the car, so I'm going to try and sneak away before the zombies catch up. Because all the zombies know is that there's a noise. They haven't seen me. So all the zombies know right now is that there was a noise. They are not onto me, so to speak. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to pick up all these resources that I saw earlier on that I couldn't carry. And then I'm going to try and bring them back home.
I have another task for you. Details forthcoming.
Okay, so this is the mission that's popped up. Mysterious broadcast. Again, you do want to do the missions if you can, but it's dependent on where you are, what your status is, how powerful your characters are, what time of day it is, if you're willing to take the risk. I'm right now not willing to take the risk. Doesn't mean I'll never do it. If that mission reappears, I will. But right now, I do not feel comfortable enough or strong enough to be doing anything other than the most basic of things. You gotta walk before you can run, you know what I mean? I just don't. I've got no gear. I've got no explosives. I've got no Molotovs. I've got 3 shots in my crossbow. I've got a pistol with about 15 bullets in. I've got, you know, no real powerful characters, no high level characters. Right now, I want to kind of stay close to base if I can. Collect these resources. Before I get a bit more ballsy. See, more resources. I'm going to bring all this home. Again, when I'm on a map like this, I have to crouch to make sure I'm hidden because the game doesn't stop. Okay, there is more resources over here. I thought there was. Right. So, I'm going to go and collect this while I'm here and bring all of this home. I need to find some more fuel, really, to be honest, because that fuel is nearly half gone. There you go, so I'm bringing up the resources, bringing them home. An infesting horde is on the move, that's not good news. Right, so really I want to try and... There's 2 of them. You see this? This is what I mean. This is going to be a problem. I'm not going to be able to stop this from happening. That's the problem. There's nothing I can do. So this is going to get to a level 3. This is the problem. Right, he just... See that? A zombie just literally grabbed and then threw me out the car. So she's now been injured by that. Because the zombie grabbed me and threw me out the car. Because I've got no door on the car. God damn it. So yeah, so now she's injured as well now. So now all my guys are injured. Okay, I just put in a lot of resources there. Is that going to be enough to let us build the infirmary I want to build? Okay, it is. Okay, so that's good. So they would say, okay, so once that infirmary is built, we can finally start to heal.
I had this aunt who lived somewhere around here and fancied herself a survivalist. I wonder if she made it this long.
Okay, so that was a mission from him. Sometimes your own guys will come to you with their own missions. Again, it's random. The missions are always the kind of same, but they're not in the same order. There's only so many missions, but which character has the missions you don't know. It's random.
Those who can have a duty to take in people who need help.
I'm actually going to switch to this character because I want Nisa here to be our chemist. So Nisa's going to be our chemist. This is Kuva's character, if he's still watching. There you go. She's still injured though, but she's going to become our chemist. Even though she's got no wits. We're going to make the woman who's got no wits our chemist because, well, that's a smart thing to do, isn't it?
It feels good to learn something
There
new.
you go. Right, so this zombie horde here has made this level 2. This is a problem for us now. It means if they come and attack us, we could be in trouble.
That's quite a little infestation over there.
Yeah, I know.
Lord knows this country was never perfect, but seeing it like this, it hurts.
We're gonna go back to the first character because I only swapped over the character so she could learn chemistry. That's the only reason. Okay, so we've got a mechanic and we've got a chemist. That's good. They're two of the more important skills. We've got an infirmary being built. That's good. We have food. We've got very, very low food. We've got 3 food. That's only half a day's worth of food. That's why it's showing up as red in the top left corner. Because it means we're going to run out of food in 3 days. What happens if we run out of food? Well, everybody loses stamina. And so they can't fight anymore because they've got no food. They're starving. Right, so again, I've got to ask myself, what do I want to do with the time I've got? Really, what I want to do is I want to take out this infestation, but I don't want to do it at night and there's a feral there. Now, I managed to kill the other feral with my car, as you know, but you can't always do that. The cars can only take so many hits as well. And I haven't got a toolkit, so it's a big ask to expect me to just always do that. I think what I'm going to do is I think I might end up going over here trying to get some food. Actually, I might actually... Right, so I'm gonna try and do this mission actually, because it's so close to us. What I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna take the car because I haven't got enough fuel. So because this is so close by, here. Okay, so the mission is pointing me in what direction? Okay, the mission's told me to go up here. I don't like that.
Nothing in here.
I might go for it though. I might still go for it, but... If I do this mission, I'm taking a bit of a risk that I don't really want to be doing. Because it's night time and there could be a lot of zombies up there. Right, this is a feral. Right, okay, so this, I'm in trouble.
Way too noisy.
Got a feral here.
I can't be the only one who sees we're low on food, right?
Right, so I had no choice, as you can see, to handle that feral. I had no choice at the minute. I had to lead him back into my base so that all three of us could beat on him. I had no choice. Because he was literally out here waiting for us. I didn't even see him. Didn't even see him. You saw he more or less jumped out of nowhere. Did you see that, guys? Right from behind. He must have been around here somewhere. He literally just jumped out of nowhere. I just about heard him at the last minute. And that's why sound is so bloody important in this game as well. I heard the noise he makes before he jumps. That literally had just about enabled me to press the dodge button in time. Again, I'm taking a big risk by doing this. I'm trying to do this mission. If you can do this mission, we can get some nice goodies, but as you can see, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I'm not seeing a feral. There is a feral here. These are bloaters and I can handle them. This is a screamer who I can also handle as long as I can see him fast enough. It's a feral or a juggernaut, which we haven't seen yet, which was the sectopod creature I was telling Kuva about earlier, or the equivalent. Now I can use my gun to kill these guys. The gun's loud, it will draw them in. So, as you can see, I fired my gun, but then I've moved right away. Because the zombies will head towards the sound of the gun, which was over there. And the game is smart enough, or the zombies are, you know, it's realistic enough to where the zombies will go to where the sound was. I'm going to have to fire again, but then I'm going to have to move again.
That cloud is pure poison.
As you can see, I'm kind of going out of my way to try and do this mission. I just fired off one of my last 3 bolts I've got for my crossbow.
So, we got a favor to ask. Can you swing by?
Okay, so somebody else wants something from me, and it's like, you know, I'm already struggling as it is to survive, but these guys want help, want my help. It's like I can barely help myself. Sounds like me in real life. It's like, what are you asking me to do stuff? I can barely look after myself anymore. Okay. Well, I'm trying to get close to this thing without alerting all the zombies.
Can't do it. Keep pushing. Then rest.
Fortunately, I think me fighting them has drew more zombies in. And that was a waste of time, wasn't it? I killed 2 zombies and ended up drawing 3 more in. Oh dear. Okay, so as you can see, I'm in trouble now. There is a feral now who's on me. Yep. He's hit me.
That's a screamer.
We could be having our first death here, guys. I've had to run back to base and hope that my guys can take him out.
Lately, I just lay in bed too long.
You can see the problem. Look what I've got to do. This is one feral. I can't handle him. He already took half my health with 1 hit. Okay, so we're in big trouble here because the feral is dead, but he's hit all of us. That's 1 feral. They give you a heart attack. They're so fast, right? You had to see how many dodges I just had to do. I had to literally move my camera behind me to see when he was going to attack me. And this is me fighting them for years. Alright, so it's like... I can't handle him with my equipment. I don't have... I've got to shoot him in the head 3 times, and it's difficult to do. So, you can see what the problem is. That was 1 feral, and I literally had to leg it back to base to take him out. Everyone else I can get through. But if there's one of them, and he just happened to hear me, and I don't know, I didn't even see him that close, to be honest. It must have been... It was the gunshots I made, you see. The gunshots that I did drew him in. If I didn't make those 2 gunshots to kill the 2 bloaters, then he wouldn't have seen me. But I don't have any crossbow bolts, so I had no choice. If I had more crossbow bolts, that wouldn't have happened. But I haven't got any crossbow bolts. I hope this was worth it because my guys just got the hell kicked out of them by that feral. So...
A fine performance, to be sure. Many thanks.
Okay, so there is an assault rifle here. Advanced brake, some bullets, and another hat. Was that worth it? I have my doubts. The machine gun's nice, but... using the machine gun, you can use it against humans. That's probably its best use. Against the zombies, you're gonna draw so many of the zombies in that sometimes it's not worth it. Plus, also, you can't equip the crossbow and an assault rifle, so it's like one or the other. So it's like, I'd rather have the crossbow and do silent kills, or, well, nearly silent kills, than the machine gun where I fire it. Yes, I can probably kill one of those ferals with it, probably. But I'll be swamped with so many zombies. So it's like, you use it if you've got no other option. And in those circumstances, I'd rather use a shotgun. Because the ferals are they'll run up right up to you. So I'd rather use a shotgun, if I'm honest. But you know, it's better than nothing. I'm not going to complain. But you know, we all took a bit of a beating there. But luckily enough, our medical facility. Another hat. What is it with this game giving me hats? How many hats do you think I need? Okay, a cup of coffee and some parts. I think that's probably all we can carry, to be honest. I'll probably have to come and loot the rest of this another time. We are coming up to nearly 12 though, so I'm going to have to make a decision about... one thing about this game I didn't mention. You kind of can't save anywhere. You have to kind of save at your base. If you save in the middle of nowhere, the game will respawn you there sometimes without your car. I don't know if it still does that, but it kind of always did. So it was always like, in order to save your game, you need to get back to base. I mean, I'm not far from base, so it won't be a problem at the minute, but that has to be taken into account. So it's like, I can only end the stream when I'm back at base. Yeah, we've got a couple more missions, but right now I want to get this character back because she took a bit of a... I mean, I think we all did. I think we were all in bad shape because that feral... I think that feral hit all of us. So...
I used to worry about dying, but something changed. I've seen the beauty of the human spirit.
Okay, this is a group of 3 alarm bells.
I don't worry about dying, but I guess I would miss living with all of you.
Gonna see if I can stealth kill them all, but we'll see.
I'm not usually into all that hippie shit, but the network's figured out how to make it work.
The game's a bit funky when I'm going up these hills, you know. Okay. Not sure how the second screamer here didn't see me killing his mate. But he didn't. So... that was kind of lucky the second one didn't see us. Right, so this is a problem now because this is now going to become a level 3. Yeah, this is a problem for us. Like I say, I don't always win these playthroughs, guys. My record is not is far from 100%. I can easily lose these because it happens. Because there's a lot of luck involved. There's a lot of randomness in this game, a little bit like XCOM. So this is a level 3 infestation. So they're going to attack us soon, and if they attack us at full force, we're going to die because they will send so many zombies that just 3 of us won't be able to handle it. That's the truth. It's whether or not I can do something about it. And I'm not sure I can. And you can see we're all banged up. I'll have to see what I can do. I'm probably not going to worry about it on tonight's stream, but I'm going to have to think about what I'm going to do in the future to try and see if I can stop that, because if they attack us, then this playthrough could be finished before it even gets started. I could maybe see what I can do about them during the day. It would be suicidal for me to go there at night, to be honest. I could perhaps come here during the day. There's a Juggernaut there, which is the enemy you guys haven't seen yet. You'll see him soon enough, but there is one there now. That always happens when you get to level 3. There's another feral. So as you can see, there's quite a few of them around. It's difficult to know what to do actually in this situation. I'm probably gonna have to think about it overnight and then decide on the next stream because it's coming up to 12. So I think it's a good place to leave it while I'm at the base. So yeah, I will save my game. Yeah, so this was State of Decay 3. So you've seen the first 2 days or so. I think we more or less got past 2 days. And you get the general idea. The shit hasn't hit the fan yet because there's not enough zombies around yet because it's only day 2. But it will steadily increase. And as you can see, you've already seen what one of those ferals can kind of do by himself. And those things can appear in packs of 3. And sometimes, if you get unlucky, you can have up to 5 or 6 chasing you. I've had it. So you won't survive 5 or 6 generally, unless you're in a car. If you're in a car, you can do things and maybe get you out of it. But I wasn't in a car, so that's why you saw me panicking. Alan says in the chat, I don't miss the infestations. No, it's like I'm gonna have to try. All I can think to do, Alan, is I'm just gonna have to try. I've got an idea, but I'm gonna have to wait till it gets to daytime. So I have to hope they don't attack us overnight. But I think during when it gets to daytime, I think I'm gonna have to go over there and I'm gonna have to see if I can see what I can do. Basically, I haven't got much equipment though. I've got that assault rifle. I might have to use it. But if they attack us from there, and I've only got 3 characters, I don't know if we. I don't know if we win that. I got to be honest. I'm not sure. I think we can get killed. And it can easily happen. I've had it happen. You can lose very early on this difficulty. You can lose very early on. If they attack us like within the next 24 hours, in game 24 hours. Yeah, this could be a wipe, and this is the kind of game it is. And all that happened because I stupidly. Now I think back on it, allowed that play cart to wake up. If that play cart doesn't wake up, if I'm just a bit more careful, or I was a little bit unlucky, however you want to look at it, then that play cart doesn't wake up. If that play cart doesn't wake up, they don't send all those zombies. So because it woke up faster than I wanted it to, I'm not prepared. I don't have the equipment or the characters to fend off an attack of that many. Which I think they're going to do. That's the problem I've got. So I'll have to think. I'll have to think overnight about what my strategy is going to be. But yeah, the playthrough could be over, and it can be. And if it happens, that's fine. It's on stream. I'll try again. I know I can win. I've won several times on this difficulty, but I've lost several times on this difficulty as well. I generally have an idea of how you're meant to win, but sometimes stuff can go against you, and it can be like a snowball effect. You know, you can have a bit of bad luck, or one of your characters can kind of get killed, or you can wake up too many hearts at once. That's happened. I've only woken one up, and you've seen how fast they've moved to try and attack me. They've done it so fast, and I'm not really strong enough to defend myself. So it just depends. I've got a couple of ideas that might work, but it's far from guaranteed. So yeah, this could be a 2-episode playthrough. I could easily lose the game next episode, and if so, then I'll regroup, dust myself off, and try again probably if you guys enjoyed it. But yes, let me now quickly now that it's paused, you might hear a little bit of noise. I'm moving the microphone back to it is where the PC is. One sec. So I can end the stream probably. Okay. So generally I've been able to keep up in the chat. There's not been that much chat, so it's been quite easy for me. I imagine if it was going through fast, I might have a problem. But overall I can read it just about. I need to get better glasses basically. If I had better glasses, I wouldn't need to go to these extremes to make sure I can read it. Big up Kuva, Spirit of XCOM, surprise sectopods don't mean shit, so why does this? Because on XCOM, Kuva, I can take my time working stuff out. On this game, it is all real time, so you haven't seen the shit. You haven't seen the shit hit the fan. You haven't seen it yet because it hasn't happened. Once you see what can happen, you'll see what I mean by, like, you get overrun and there's nothing you can do. I mean, you saw a little bit when I've been chased from that group of maybe 10 zombies, right? That's nothing to what can happen in this game. They can put 40, 50 zombies easily, and you can't survive it. There's too many. So if we get attacked by that level 3 infestation, it's now level 3. I just checked before I saved the game. It's level 3. So if they decide to attack us, level 3, we're dead. So that's why it's like I need to now do something before they attack us to try if I can whittle that down. I don't exactly know what I can do because I don't have that much equipment. So I'm going to have to go and see what equipment I can get, and I'm going to have to go and see. I'm going to have to go probably to the Enclave and see if I can trade anything to see if they've got any weapons or something that I can use, and see if I can pull something out of the bag to try and whittle that infestation down so that it's not a level 3. If they attacked us and if it was a level 1 infestation and they attacked us, we can survive that. If they attacked us with level 2, we might be able to survive that. We can't survive a level 3 infestation. They'll send too many. They send too many. And the AI, as you can see, is okay, but the AI is not exactly that great. So if they flood us with 40 or 50 zombies and those ferals that I told you about, there's 2 ferals there and the Juggernaut, we won't survive. You can't do that with 3 characters. You won't survive. The AI will have those 2 and it'll be my character. We won't be able to repel that many at once. We'll die. It really is as simple as that. You can't, on this difficulty, you can't do that. On the easy difficulties, you can. On this difficulty, you can't survive that many. Simple as that. So, as I said, if this playthrough is a loss, and it could very well be, it is because of that one mistake I made, because that play cart woke up way too early. Because I wasn't careful enough, which is my fault. I shouldn't have allowed it to wake up. I should have been I got a bit unlucky, I think. The screamer saw me and I didn't think he was going to see me, and that woke him up. So that one slight mistake might have been it. So in that way, and it is the essence of XCOM a little bit, because one mistake and that's it. You make one mistake, you can have a squad wipe. That's it. This is similar in that way because it's permadeath. If I lose these 3, because what will probably happen is we'll get attacked by all of them, and all 3 of us will die. The two AI characters will die, and whichever character I'm taking over will die, most likely. All at once. And then that's it. The other thing that could happen is that the AI characters could die, and I might be able to survive. If I drive away in my car, I might be able to come up with something creative. But if that happens, that leaves me with just 1 character. So even though the playthrough technically wouldn't be over, that would be significantly difficult to come back from with only 1 character. I won't say impossible, because I've done similar things. I have done it before, where I've been down to 1 character. I have done it before, and I've come back. So it's not impossible. Very difficult, and immensely a great feeling to pull it off as well. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's something different from XCOM. I know that it hasn't got all the same things as XCOM. I know. But the spirit of XCOM is there, like Kuva said. I do believe that the spirit of XCOM is there. And yeah, I'll do more of it. I'm not exactly sure when. And like I say, it could be that my first playthrough is going to be 2 episodes, because there is a decent chance. I'll say it's maybe 50-50 that we will die now. Unless I can stop that infestation before they attack us. And I don't know exactly when they're going to attack us. There's no guaranteed time. They will, or they will at some point, but it's whether or not I can come up with something to take them out before they take us out. But it's very difficult because I haven't got any equipment. I've got barely no guns. I've got no health. I've got low level characters, barely any equipment. I've got a car that's got no fuel, and I don't even have a toolkit to repair the car. So I've got very little going for me. when fighting that many. I can think of one strategy that I might employ that might work, but it's very risky. But it's not impossible to get to work, but it is risky. And that might be fun tomorrow. If it's tomorrow or whenever, like I say, I don't know. I'll let you guys know. I hope you did enjoy it though. Big up for the support. Like I say, I know it's not XCOM, but hopefully you enjoyed it enough that you'll tune in next time. But yes, you do have to play it slow. It is much more of a stealth strategy kind of game. Yes, you need to. You have to have fast reflexes for some of the dodges which you saw me do. You do need to have decent reflexes for it. But you got to use your head. You can't just run in there. Not on this difficulty. You need to use your head. So, being aware of your surroundings in this game is so important. Knowing what you can and can't do. But I made a mistake, and will I pay for it with my life? Their lives, not mine. But yeah. But I want to thank you guys again. Big up for Kuva coming in, joining me again. Big up for Alan. Thanks for coming in, bud. Big up. I know that Con was in here. I don't know if Pete's still watching, but big up, guys. Thank you for watching. This is the first of the new series. Like I say, the series could only be 2 episodes long. If so, I will probably start again and try not to make the same mistake. Like I say, I'm out of practice, so I haven't played this in about 1.5 years, so I am out of practice. I'm having to remember a lot of the kinks and what you should do and what you shouldn't do stuff. You know, it's coming back, but it just takes a bit of time to remember it all. But yeah, thank you again, guys. Yeah, remember to take care of yourselves. Always be a fan. I was going to say, and that's XCOM, baby, but that's not XCOM, baby. That's State of Decay 2, baby. Take care, guys, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye for now.